The starters.
Here we come.
Yeah, the grounds crew is putting the finishing touches on the field, and the anthem singer is warming up. It's time for the on-deck circle. Now, with a preview of today's game, here's the voice of the Salt Lake Bees, Steve Klauke.
Go.
Well, a very pleasant good evening, everyone, and welcome to Salt Lake Bees baseball on a clear, hot night here in Sacramento. The Bees getting ready to wrap up their series with the River Cats. Steve Klauke with you as the Bees try to avoid being swept in a series for just the second time this year. The River Cats have won the first three games, including last night's 5-1 decision, jumping out in front on a 3-run home run in the first and never looking back. The Bees, though, fortunate to remain 2 games up on Tacoma in the division race starting today's play as Portland rallied from a 4-run deficit, capping it off with a game-winning home run in the bottom of the ninth by former Salt Lake Stinger David Matrenga. And earlier today, Portland held on to defeat Tacoma 4-3, so a chance for the Bees with a win tonight to move back to a 3-game lead over the second-place Rainiers. Portland is third place, 11 back. Colorado Springs trails by 14.5. Sacramento is at 500, 47-47, but still 13 games behind Tucson, 13.5 now. As the Sidewinders won again today, Tucson has now won 9 consecutive games. So the Bees and the River Cats not only wrapping up this series, but the season series, having played each other, it'll be 16 times over a 26-day stretch. The Bees have lost the first 3 games of this series, but still have the edge in the season set 8-7. Our pitching matchup for this evening's game, it'll be right-hander Casey Olenberger at 4-1 going for the Bees. And for the River Cats, it'll be left-hander Randy Kiesler. His record is 4-3. More moves on and off the Bees roster. Again, Dustin Mosley is going to be the starting pitcher for the Angels tomorrow as Jared Weaver has to miss a start with right bicep tendonitis. So Dustin will be making his major league debut tomorrow. Also, it looks like the Bees are going to get Eric Ibar back tomorrow. He will rejoin the team in Fresno. Howie Kendrick, just called up by the Angels a few days ago, got into action today and went 3 for 4 with 2 doubles and 2 runs batted in the Angels' win over Tampa Bay. So those are some of the moves that have been made as the Bees roster is one thing that's constant about it has been changed. So again tonight, Casey Olenberger against lefty Randy Kiesler. When we come back, a closer look at what happened last night here at Raley Field. And we'll have that look right after this on ESPN 1230.
Hey, USC TV customers, Comcast has a great deal for you. Subscribe to all 3 Comcast services and pay only $99 a month for the next 12 months. Get Comcast digital cable, high-speed internet, and digital voice all on one bill. Get more channels, faster downloads, and unlimited calling. Don't wait. Call 1-800-COMCAST today. Offer applies to new customers only. Some restrictions apply.
Next.
Hi, I'd like 3 pounds of fresh salmon, and can you cut me a couple of T-bone steaks about 2 inches thick?
Yes, ma'am. Say, anyone ever tell you look like Patricia Heaton?
Oh, thank you. She's gorgeous.
Yeah. Hey, can we marinate your steaks while you shop and suggest a recipe for the salmon?
Ooh, you had me at marinade. Thanks.
Oh, now I know who you are.
Hi,
The driver of my kid's school bus.
That's me.
Albertsons, helping make your life easier.
Oh, hi, Miss Heaton. Need help selecting produce?
Do you have any good cooking ideas for mushrooms and tomatoes?
How about pan-seared portobellos and roasted romas?
That sounds good.
Of course, you could saute shiitakes and terrine tomatoes, or braise the buttons and bake some beefsteak.
No more calls. We have a winner. You know your stuff.
I try. We do carry over 300 different kinds of fruits and vegetables.
You've been very helpful. How are you with auditions?
For quality and selection, Albertsons, helping make your life easier.
The day has ended. Amber skies blend to twilight blue. The world softens a bit around the edges, and you release all the cares of the day. Now is the time for Bella Sera wine. Bella Sera Pinot Grigio from Italy. Pour glass, relax. It's going to be a beautiful evening. Or as they say in Italian,
Here we come.
a Bella Sera. Imported by Bella Sera USA, Hayward, California.
And go.
Welcome back to Sacramento, where the Bees and the River Cats are getting set to square off. And as I did this morning, and I do a couple of times a day. Not too long ago, did a micro sampling of my blood, and to do that a couple of years ago, it was discovered that I was a type 2 diabetic thanks to this lifestyle that I lead, and so I have a new blood sugar level tester, and I tell you what, it's the best on the market right now. It's the Essentia Contour Meter from Bayer. Again, it takes just a small sampling of your blood, which means less pain when you have to draw the blood, and also it's the most accurate meter out there because forgetting to code is the number one reason for misread levels, where your levels can be off as much as 43%. But the Contour is self-coding, so you don't have to worry if you have the right code into your machine or not. It's the fastest-growing meter in the country, and you can find the Essentia Contour Meter from Bayer at any local Good Neighbor pharmacy. Well, last night, the River Cats scored 3 runs in the first, and this is how it happened with 2 out and nobody on. Iran Bocachica hit a blooper, a high pop fly, really, into shallow right field. Adam Pavkovich went back on it, staggered underneath it. It fell behind him for a double. Then Dan Johnson walked, and that brought Scott McLean to the plate. Rowenhorst ready, and the 1-1 pitch. Swung on and crushed to center field. Well, it's going back. It's up there, it's out there, and it's gone. A 3-run home run for Scott McLean, and it's 3-0 Sacramento. 3-0 River Cats. They would add another run in the 5th on a throwing error by the second baseman Adam Pavkovich to third after they had Mike Rouse caught between second and third. The Bees would get a run in the 7th. Their only run is Mike Elward would double, take third on a ground out, and score on Adam Pavkovich's ground ball single to left field. The River Cats would get that run back in the bottom of the 8th inning and go on to win it by a final score of 5-1. And for the Bees, it was just the 9th time this year that they've lost a game by 4 runs or more. So the Bees again starting the night with a 2.5-game lead over Tacoma as the Rainiers lost their game earlier today to the Portland Beavers, who wound up taking 3 out of 4 in that series from Tacoma. When we come back, we hope to be able to take a look at the other scores around baseball on our Abra scoreboard right after this on ESPN 1230.
Let the race begin. Monday, July 24th, Salt Lake City will be the fastest city on earth. Mountain America Credit Union presents the KJLTV Deseret Morning News Marathon 10K Run. Participants from all ages will come to test their skills. Events include the NAMI 5K Walk, the Energy Solutions Junior 10K, and the Health and Fitness Expo. Register now at DeseretNews.com/run. Sponsored by the Deseret Morning News, KJSTV, Mountain America Credit Union, Energy Solutions, NAMI Utah, and Citadel Broadcasting.
Hershey's presents the Soul to Soul 2 Tour, starring Tim McGraw and Faith Hill. It's been 6 long years. Now the wait is over. By overwhelming demand, a second show added. Saturday night, August 5th at Delta Center. Tim McGraw and Faith Hill in the round. A combined over 60 million records sold and 35 #1 singles. Electrifying performances by Tim and Faith in the concert event of the year. 2 superstars, 1 stage. A night you'll never forget. Tickets are on sale now at the Delta Center box office, Ticketmaster. Charge by phone or get them at Ticketmaster.com. Saturday night, August 5th at Delta Center. Don't miss Tim McGraw and Faith Hill. Presented by Hershey. Produced by AEG Live and Outback Concerts.
Salt Lake City Credit Union is a guaranteed home run with personalized service and the best rates and tenor. Salt Lake City Credit Union offers a full menu of financial services, including business services and SBA loans, mortgages, free checking and debit cards, auto loans, and online banking. With 7 locations throughout the valley, they're big enough to provide you with everything you need from a financial institution, and they're small enough to give you the friendly, individualized service you deserve. You owe it to your... Here we come. Salt Lake City Credit Union, above and beyond, every day.
Eligibility and membership required. Federally insured by NCUA.
And go. All right, welcome back to Sacramento, where the Bees and the River Cats are getting ready for tonight's game. Right now, let's take a look, if we can, at the out-of-town scoreboard. Our Abra scoreboard. Windshield chips or cracks got you down? Let the specialist at Abra take the worry out of your glass replacement or repair. Call 1-888-USA-ABRA to schedule your appointment. In the American League, the Yankees defeated the White Sox today by a final score of 6-4 to complete the 3-game series sweep over Chicago. Meanwhile, Kansas City down Detroit. The final score there was 9-6. The Royals' first win in 14 tries against the Tigers this year. In 11 innings, Toronto defeated Seattle by a score of 4-3. Baltimore shut out Texas 4-0. Oakland takes over sole possession of first place in the American League West with an 8-1 win at Boston. At Minnesota, the Twins top Cleveland by a score of 5-2. And the Angels beat Tampa Bay by a score of 7-5. Scott Shields getting the win over Francisco Rodriguez. And Howie Kendrick again with the game-winning RBI single to put the Angels out in front in the 8th inning. In the National League, Florida beat Houston by a score of 9-3. Cincinnati rallied with 5 runs in the 8th to beat Colorado 6-4. In 11 innings at Pittsburgh, Washington doubled up the Pirates 8-4. St. Louis ripped the Dodgers 11-3. At San Diego, Atlanta topped the Padres 10-5. Philadelphia beat San Francisco 6-2. Milwaukee doubled up Arizona 10-5, and the Mets scored 11 runs in the 6th inning, 2 grand slams in the inning, as the Mets beat the Cubs 13-7. In the Pacific Coast League, Omaha edged Oklahoma 5-4. Colorado Springs doubled up Fresno 8-4. It was Portland defeating Tacoma by a score of 4-3. Those are the only scores we have at this point. So that's your Abra scoreboard. Back with the starting lineups right after this on ESPN 1230.
Hey, guys.
Yeah?
I'm not feeling too good.
Oh. Ooh, you're looking a tad green for a raccoon.
I think it might be the taco burrito I ate.
What? Why?
It was cheap.
Well, you're paying for it now.
Oh.
Why eat junk at night when you can go to Wendy's? We make everything fresh right when you order, like our new 99-cent crispy chicken sandwich. That's right, all white meat chicken for just 99 cents.
Oh.
Why didn't you just go to Wendy's? Not too bright.
Make it a Wendy's night and do what tastes right till 2 a.m. Prices and participation may vary.
At Abra Auto Body and Glass, we know how much you count on your vehicle. So when it needs repairs, body work, or a new windshield, where should you take it? Go to America's most recommended name in damaged vehicle repair. That's right. In an independent nationwide customer satisfaction survey, Abra Auto Body and Glass was the company most recommended to family and friends for quality of work, customer communication, and overall service. Why? Maybe it's our commitment to safety. Abra spends more to train our technicians than anyone else in the industry, and every repair meets our strict safety standards. Maybe it's our lifetime warranty that backs up all those repairs, or that Abra works with over 500 insurance companies nationwide to make your claims process a snap. Whatever the reason, Abra Auto Body and Glass is proud to be so highly regarded. Auto Body Repair of America. Abra, America's most recommended. Call 1-888-USA-ABRA to schedule an appointment.
Somebody must have been in an accident that wasn't their fault. Keith Barton just hit that one out of the park.
I'm Keith Barton, and I know when you've been injured in an accident, you need an attorney that will go to bat for you and get you the money you deserve. You need the money quick because you have bills to pay. So the next time you're in an accident, you know what to do. Call in the big... Here we come. Me, Keith Barton. It's just that easy to pick up the phone and call us at our new number, 801-IT'S-EASY.
And go. Welcome back to Raley Field in Sacramento. Let's get you ready for tonight's game by giving you the starting lineups brought to you by Salt Lake City Credit Union. Above and beyond every day. First of all, for the visiting Salt Lake Bees, here's how manager Brian Harper filled out his lineup card. Leading off, the center fielder, Reggie Willits. Batting second, the shortstop, Casey Smith. Hitting third and catching, Jeff Mathis. Batting cleanup, the third baseman, Dallas McPherson. Hitting fifth, the designated hitter, Mike Elward. Batting sixth, the first baseman, Corey Myers. Hitting seventh and playing second base, Adam Pavkovich. Hitting eighth, the left fielder, Darren Blakely. And batting ninth, the right fielder, Jason Espedo. Pitching for the Bees will be right-hander, Casey Olenberger. Now for the homestanding Sacramento River Cats, managed by Tony DeFrancesco. Leading off, the second baseman, Andrew Beatty. Batting second, the shortstop, Mike Rouse. Hitting third, the center fielder, Iram Bocachica. Hitting cleanup will be the first baseman, Dan Johnson. Batting fifth, the third baseman, Scott McLean. Hitting sixth, the right fielder, Jason Perry. Batting 7th, the designated hitter, Nate Espy. Hitting 8th and catching, John Baker. And batting 9th is the left fielder, Charles Thomas. Pitching for the River Cats will be left-hander Randy Kiesler. Just a reminder that if the Bees pitching staff combines to strike out 10 or more batters at a 9-inning game tonight, Dow Soleo Distributors and Kendall Oil will donate $125 to the Multiple Sclerosis Society of Utah. Kendall Super D 3-engine oil, designed to give you what you need. It's the Bees and the River Cats wrapping up this 4-game series and their 16-game season series. We'll be back with tonight's first pitch right after this timeout. You've been in the On Deck Circle on ESPN 1230.
This has been the On Deck Circle, a comprehensive look at today's game. The first pitch is right around the corner, so stay tuned. Salt Lake Bees baseball is coming up next on your home for the Salt Lake Bees. ESPN 1230 AM.
Med1 Medical. Med1 Medical.
Are you using the same smelly mask and tubing that you got when you started? Masks and tubing should be replaced regularly. You won't believe how much nicer it is to breathe in a new mask. It's healthier, too. Call Med1 today at 800-248-5882. With a new mask, you'll have fewer colds and sore throats. Do you snore when you're wearing your CPAP? If your CPAP is working as it should, you should never snore when you have the CPAP machine on. An old, worn-out mask causes leaks and will not allow your CPAP machine to operate at the correct pressure. Schedule an appointment to visit our sleep laboratory and bring your CPAP machine, and we'll do a free pressure check and give you a free CPAP tube. Sign up for our Sleep Smart Gold maintenance program, and your first mask is free. Call 800-248-5882.
Med1 Medical. Med1 Medical.
Attention motorcycle and ATV riders. Dreaming of a new Yamaha motorcycle or ATV? Well, stop dreaming and start heading to Plaza Cycle for the huge Yamaha Get Out and Ride sales event. Because right now, you can get payments as low as $89 a month for 24 months with zero down on a huge selection of new Yamaha motorcycles, ATVs, side-by-sides, and scooters. You heard right. Payments as low as $89 a month plus zero down for 2 full years on a new Yamaha. So visit Plaza Cycle today for the huge Get Out and Ride sales event, because an offer this good won't last. Plaza Cycle at 1379 West, 3300 South, in the heart of Salt Lake Valley. Plaza Cycle, walk in, ride out. On the Yamaha card, subject to credit approval through 8/31/06 on select new Yamaha motorcycles, excluding FJR models, ATVs, side-by-sides, and scooters. As low as $89 monthly payment for 24 months at 8.9% APR for amounts financed up to $10,000 discount get term. Thereafter, the standard rate of 12.99% or 22.99% APR applying. Default rate 24.99%. Minimum finance charge $1. See dealer for ATV age restrictions. Yamaha recommends an approved training course. Call 1-800-887-287.
The starting pitchers are ready. The lineups have been exchanged. And the hot dogs are ready to go. It's time to play ball. Salt Lake Bees baseball is on the air. Now let's go to the ballpark. Here's the voice of the Salt Lake Bees, Steve.
Go. And once again, a very pleasant good evening to you, and welcome to Salt Lake Bees baseball on a warm, clear evening here in Sacramento. The Bees and the River Cats wrap up this 4-game series as well as the 16-game season series. The Bees needing a win to claim the series win as they lead the set 8-7. Sacramento trying for a win so that the series would end in an 8-8 tie for the second consecutive year. The Bees will bus out after the game to Fresno, about a 2-hour and 45-minute, 2-hour and 50-minute bus ride before we get down to Fresno early in the morning. And we hope to be able to catch the Bees taking on the the Fresno Grizzlies tomorrow. 8:05 starts Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. So the River Cats have taken the field for the game tonight. Charles Thomas is in left, D-Rom Bocachica in center, and Jason Perry is in right field. Scott McLean at third, Mike Rouse at short, Andrew Beatty at second, and Dan Johnson is at first. A battery of Randy Kiesler pitching and John Baker catching. For Randy Kiesler, this will be his 18th appearance, his 9th start. In 55 and 2/3 innings, he's given up 54 hits, 23 runs, 16 of them earned. He has struck out 47 and walked 27, hit 4 batters, thrown 2 wild pitches, and has yet to surrender a home run. Kiesler is 4-3 with a 2.59 earned run average. The PCL is batting .255 against left-hander Randy Kiesler. Again, Kiesler started the year out of the bullpen and is now working as a starter. This will be his third straight start. He had no decision last Sunday against the Bees in Salt Lake City, giving up 4 runs, 3 of them earned on 11 hits. In 6 innings, he left with a lead, but the Bees rallied against the Sacramento bullpen and went on to win the ball game by a score of 7-6 on Curtis Pride's RBI single, scoring Casey Smith from second base. Kiesler, 6'3", 190 in his 9th professional season, originally drafted by the Yankees in the second round in 1998 out of LSU. River Cats in their home white, the sleeveless white tops with the black numerals and lettering trimmed in burgundy and gold with the long black sleeves on underneath. The Bees once again wearing their road grays with the black numerals and lettering trimmed in gold. Throw down to second base for the catcher, John Baker. The ball being tossed around the infield, and so we're ready to go. Sit back, relax, and enjoy as Salt Lake Bees baseball is on the air for a Sunday night here in Sacramento. Leading things off for the Bees will be the center fielder, Reggie Willits, batting .317, 14 doubles, 4 triples, 3 homers, and 36 runs batted in. 2 hits last night. Reggie 4 out of 11 so far in this series. Switch hitter batting from the right side against the left-hander, Kiesler. He's want to try to get out to a good start. They've been struggling in early portions of the game of late. The pitch on the way, and the game starts with a strike at the knees, 0-1. The opposition has scored first in the last 9 games for Salt Lake. 7 of those 9, the opposition has scored in the first inning. Now the 0-1 pitch. Well, it swings and foul tips it into the glove. The catcher Baker for a strike, and it's 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes early in the year. It was the Bees who would jump out in front, put the pressure on the opposition. But right now, it's been the other way around. No balls, 2 strikes. Now Kiesler's pitch. Breaking ball low, 1-2. Paul Chandler is the home plate umpire, as assigned by the Pacific Coast League. Stephen Fritzoni is at first base, and Brian Knight is the arbiter over at third. 1 ball, 2 strikes, the count on Willits as Kiesler deals. Swing and a fastball and a foul back into the screen. So we'll do it again at 1 ball, 2 strikes. Brian Harper, the Bees manager, coaching over at third base, with hitting coach Jim Eppert over at first. 1 ball, 2 strikes, the count on Willits. The outfield straightaway. Now Kiesler delivers. Third ball, low and inside. Ball 2. 2-2 the count on Willits. Reggie, 3 hits and 4 at-bats against Kiesler this year, going 3 for 3 against him last Sunday. Now the 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. 1 down here in the first. Brings up Casey Smith, the shortstop, batting .276, 17 doubles, 2 triples, 1 homer, 36 runs batted in for Casey. He comes into this ball game having hit safely in his last 5 games. No 1 out, nobody on base for the Bees here in the first inning. Again, earlier today, Portland defeated Tacoma. And so the Bees have a chance to widen their lead back to 3 games in the Pacific North Division. Pitch on the way. Low and outside a ball, 1-0. And a win would also allow them to keep Portland at a distance, 11 games back. Now Kiesler winds the 1-0. Casey grounds one through the right side and into right field, a base hit. Andrew Beatty with a dive at second base, but the ball was already by him when he hit the deck. And so Casey Smith extends his hitting streak to 6 straight games, 1 shy of his season best. That'll bring up Jeff Mathis, the catcher, hitting in the number 3 spot. With the absence of Casey Kochman, who still isn't feeling quite right and is going to return home. Mathis batting .296, 21 doubles, 1 triple, 3 homers, 29 runs batted in. First time this year he's hit in the number 3 spot. The pitch. Mathis slices one foul out of play down the right field side into the seats, strike one. So Jeff's been all around the batting order. Hitting fifth and sixth and now third. No balls, one strike, the infield double play depth. And again, Kiesler the toss to first, and Casey is back. Mathis 2 for 3 against Kiesler this year. Outfield straight away. The pitch. Swung on, foul, backing out of play, 0-2. And right field, the Sun Field here in Sacramento. Jason Perry looking right into it. Center fielder Iram Bocachica standing right in the sliver of shadow from the left field light standard. Saying, it's hot out here, I'm going to stand in the shade. What little shade there is. No balls, 2 strikes. Kiesler's pitch. Swing and a foul. Back out of play, and the count remains 0-2. So no balls, 2 strikes the count. Again, the Angels have now won 11 of their last 12 games and are only a game and a half out of first. And they're only now a half game behind second place Texas. And Kiesler ready. The move to first, and Smith is back. Casey at first, 1 out, just underway here this evening in Sacramento. No balls, 2 strikes. Kiesler's pitch. Swing and another foul, backing out of play. Mathis out in front of the changeup, but able to get a piece of it to stay alive. So we'll do it again at 0-2. As Mathis is making Kiesler work a little extra out there. Kiesler again ready. The 0-2. Swing and another foul back. Still no balls, 2 strikes. The Bees at 54-39 after the loss last night. $15 games above 500, having dropped 3 in a row. Now the 2-strike pitch again, swinging a ground ball. That gets through into right field, a base hit. Casey Smith will hold at second base as the right fielder Perry quickly converges on the baseball. And so back-to-back singles put runners at first and second with 1 out and brings up Dallas McPherson, the third baseman. Dallas batting .225, 9 doubles, 3 triples, 8 homers, 22 runs batted in. 1 for 9 in this series. His first action on the rehab assignment following his stint on the disabled list with the Angels due to back spasms. Placed on the disabled list June 25th, retroactive to the 22nd. So he is eligible to come off, but is still here in a Salt Lake uniform as this is only his 4th game of the rehab assignment. So the Bees trying to strike first, have runners at first and second base with 1 out. The pitch. McPherson swings it. It's a high fly ball right field. Jason Perry underneath it, now in a couple of steps, makes the catch for the out and fires it back in on 1 hop to third. So McPherson flies out, 2 down, and it's up to Mike Elworth, the designated hitter, batting .309. 13 doubles, 4 homers, 31 runs batted in for Mike. He's got a season-long 8-game hitting streak working. So 2 on, 2 out. Top of the first inning, no score. Back-to-back 1-out singles by Smith and Mathis, putting runners at first and second. Now it's Bees need that third base hit in the inning to cash in. And they've only scored 1 run over the last 2 games. The pitch. Slow curve in at the knees for a strike, and it's 0-1. And they've only been able to plate 4 runs total in the first 3 games of this series. No balls, 1 strike the count on Elward as Kiesler delivers. Swinging a ground ball right side to his left, scooped up by Beatty, sets and throws to first, and that retires the side. No runs, 2 hits, no errors, 2 runners left on base. As we go to the bottom of the first, it's the Bees nothing, and Sacramento's coming to bat on ESPN 1230.
Hey, Bees fans, are you looking for a summer deal and a meal to satisfy your cravings? Stop by Wiener Schnitzel's today for the 2 for $2.22 deal. Chili cheese dog and chili cheeseburger, only $2.22. Hurry in today. And while you're there, don't forget to cool down with the new Tasty Freeze Brownie Freezy. Chewy brownies mixed with creamy vanilla Tasty Freeze soft serve, topped with chocolate syrup. Wiener Schnitzel, it's the official hot dog of the Salt Lake Bees. Wiener Schnitzel, pushing the boundaries of taste.
Zions Bank has absolutely free checking. This means it's absolutely free of hidden fees. Our absolutely free checking comes with absolutely free unlimited check writing and absolutely free online banking and bill pay. All this along with a Visa credit card, an absolutely free Visa debit card, and enrollment in Zions Cash Rewards. We appreciate you, so we want to absolutely free you from hassle with all our absolutely free branches and ATMs available throughout both Utah and Idaho. After all, when all is said and done, the best things in life are, well, family, love, and sharing. Because although our absolutely free checking is absolutely fantastic, hopefully it's not absolutely the best thing in your life.
Hi, I'm Tom Green, branch manager at the Zions Bank Freeway office. Right now, when you open a free checking account,
Here we come.
absolutely free box of checks.
Zions Bank member FDIC, equal housing lender. Some restrictions apply. See branch for details. Credit approval required to obtain Visa credit card.
And go.
We go to the bottom of the first inning, no score. Defensively for Salt Lake, Darren Blakely's in left. Reggie Willits in center. Jason Espedo in right. Dallas McPherson at third. Casey Smith at short. Adam Pavkovich at second base. And Corey Myers is at first. A battery of Casey Ohlenberger pitching. And Jeff Mathis catching. For Ohlenberger, this will be his 16th appearance, his 13th start. In 65 innings, he's given up 67 hits, 38 runs, 32 of them earned. He has struck out 38 and walked 24. He's hit 3 batters, thrown 5 wild pitches, and surrendered 6 home runs. Ohlenberger, 4-1 with a 4.43 earned run average. The PCL is batting .267 against right-hander Casey Ohlenberger. Andrew Beatty to lead it off against Casey, batting .269. 7 doubles, 4 homers, 20 runs batted in. Ohlenberger making his second start against Sacramento. Here he gave up 2 runs on 4 hits without a decision. First pitch to Beatty is in for a strike 0-1. That was back on the 30th of June. Wonder if the Casey Ohlenberger fan club is here. He's from down Highway 80. Here's a pitch inside, a curveball, 1-1. Out of Santa Rosa, California. Now calls Cloverdale home, I guess it would be. 1 ball, 1 strike on Beatty. The pitch swung on and sliced down the left field line, but twisting foul. 1-2 the count on Beatty with Mike Rouse and Iram Bocachica to follow. Ohlenberger in his last start, again no decision against Colorado Springs on the 5th of July, so it's been 11 days since he last worked. 1-2 pitches high, 2-2 the count. He gave up 3 runs. They were all unearned in 5 innings. 2 walks, 2 strikeouts. Again in a no decision against the Sky Sox. 2-2 to Beatty is line, but right at the shortstop Smith, who takes it off his left shoot, top for the out. Sinking liner, but Casey right there to make the play. 1 down here in the first. Here's Mike Rouse, the shortstop, hitting .260, 12 doubles, 1 triple, 4 homers, 34 runs batted in. 1 for 8 in the series. Overall, Rouse 6 out of 28 against Salt Lake pitching. McPherson in on the edge of the grass at third to guard against a potential bunt. Ohlenberger's pitch, a fastball high, ball 1. 1-0 the count. Outfield shaded towards left just a bit. The pitch up high for a ball. It's 2-0. A.C. Ohlenberger, 4-1, 4.43 earned run average coming into tonight's play. Casey kicks the 2-0. Rouse takes a fastball down the middle, is strike 2-1. Starting tonight means Casey will pitch the series opener at Franklin Covey Field against the red-hot Tucson Sidewinders on Friday at Franklin Covey Field. In the opener of that 4-game set, the 2-1 to Rouse is lifted in the air towards left. Blakely racing back, still going back, backpedaling to the edge of the track. He'll make the catch for out number 2. Looked like he was about ready to twist it every which way, but straightened himself out and backpedaled to the ball for out number 2. Here's Iran Boca Chica hitting .344, 8 doubles, 2 triples, 12 homers, 32 runs batted in. 5 for 10 in this series with a double, 2 homers, and 7 runs batted in. So 2 up, 2 down here in the Sacramento first. These could really use a deep performance for Olenberger, meaning about 7 innings at least. Maybe tough in this heat, the pitch. Strike 0-1, but it could be worse. They had that noon game in Las Vegas today between Tucson and the 51s. It was 107 at game time, and I believe it was 112, 113 by the end of the game. There's a pitch grounded on 2 hops to third. McPherson has it. The long throw across on target and in time to retire the side. 3 up, 3 down go the River Cats. Another Keith Barton and Associates. 1, 2, 3 inning. It's just that easy as we go to the second. Bees nothing, Sacramento nothing on ESPN 1230.
Hey, guys.
Yeah?
I'm not feeling too good.
Oh, you're looking a tad green for a raccoon.
I think it might be the taco burrito I ate.
What? Why?
It was cheap.
Well, you're paying for it now.
No.
Why eat junk at night when you can go to Wendy's? We make everything fresh right when you order, like our new 99-cent crispy chicken sandwich. That's right, all white meat chicken for just 99 cents.
Why didn't you just go to Wendy's?
Not too bright.
Make it a Wendy's night and do what tastes right till 2 a.m. Prices and participation may vary.
Mountains West Ranches Recreational Properties has beautiful recreational and cabin properties conveniently located by Starvation Reservoir. They offer 5, 10, 20, 40, and 80-acre or larger parcels at reasonable pricing with guaranteed access and simple, easy owner, low-down, low monthly financing. There's an abundance of wildlife, including deer and elk, that roam the property year-round. There are endless ATV trails, snowmobiling, hiking, boating, camping, fishing, horseback riding, spectacular views, and so much more. But most of all, you'll escape the rat race of the city and enjoy sheer peace, quiet, rest, and relaxation. Call us to schedule your appointment, 1-877-894-5658, or check our website at mwranches.com. Mountains West Ranches, where the air is clean, the sky.
Here we come.
The water is clear, and the magnificent views are waiting there for you to enjoy.
And go.
We go to the second inning, 0-0 our score. Bees had first and second, 1 out, but could not cash in the first. In the second, they'll have Corey Myers, Adam Pavkovich, and Darren Blakely. The 6, 7, and 8 hitters due up. In the Salt Lake batting order to face left-hander Randy Kiesler. Corey Myers stepping in, batting .277, 4 doubles, a homer, and 7 runs batted in. Corey so far 1 for 3 in this series. First pitch grounded foul into the Sacramento dugout at third. Strike 1. No balls, 1 strike. Outfield straight away for Myers. Former Arizona High School Player of the Year. The pitch. Curveball low and inside of the right-hand batter. And the count's even at 1 ball, 1 strike. Now, Boca Chica can't hide in that shadow. Here's a swing and a fly ball. Left field. Thomas drifting back. Now is there, and he'll make the Bill the Cap high catch for out number 1. 1 away. That'll bring up Adam Pavkovich, batting .237, 7 doubles, a triple, 8 homers, 31 runs batted in. Again in the first inning, the angle of the light pole standard shadow was such that Boca Chica could stand in the shade. But now that angle of the sun has changed, and now he has to play behind that sliver of shadow. First pitch to Adam Pavkovich, a fastball high, ball 1. Adam, 1 for 9 in this series. He's had some success against Keesler so far this year. 3 hits and 4 at-bats. 1 ball the count here as Keesler winds the pitch. Fastball strike on the outside corner just above the belt, and that evens the count at 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Again, Portland beat Tacoma earlier today. 4-3, the 1-1 pitch. Afkovich takes high. Did he go around? They asked for the appeal, but home plate umpire Paul Chandler told John Baker, the catcher, I saw it. He didn't go around. So the count's 2-1. Now Keesler, the left-hander, ready. The pitch. Afkovich takes low and outside. Backhanded by the catcher Baker, and the count's 3-1. Already one battle between these two teams ended in a draw today. Tell you what it was after the 3-1 pitch on the way to Afkovich. Fastball foul back into the screen, 3-2. Right behind home plate, about a half hour before game time, there was a big cow milking contest between catcher Jeremy Brown of Sacramento and B's pitcher Stephen Shell. Now the 3-2 payoff pitch to Afkovich. Swung on, driven into left center field, hooking away from Boca Chica. On the run, he can't get to it. It goes all the way to the wall. Afkovich into second base with a 1-out double. So Adam Afkovich with his 8th two-base hit of the year, and the Bees have a runner in scoring position with only 1 out. Brings up Darren Blakely batting .316. 1 double, no runs batted in. He's 0 for 4 in this series. They had 2 cows each, and there was an allotted, I think, 5 minutes, maybe 4 minutes, and they each got 2 minutes or half of their time on each cow to try to make it fair in case one had more milk to give than the other. Trying to make it as fair as possible. Keesler's pitch to Blakely, a curveball strike on the inside corner above the knees, 0-1. Don't know a whole lot about Jeremy Brown, and Stephen Shell did indicate that he had milked cows before growing up. No balls, 1 strike. Keesler whirls and looks Afkovich back towards second base. You can always tell when someone has milked a cow before or not, because if they haven't, they just stand there in utter disbelief. No balls, 1 strike. Pickoff throw to second, close, but Afkovich gets the right hand in ahead of the tag of the second baseman Beatty. So the count remains no balls, 1 strike on Blakely, with a potential go-ahead run at second base and 1 out. Both players tried to milk it for all they could. The 0-1 pitch. Blakely swings, hits it deep, but well foul. Out of play down the left field side. Right size, wrong shape for Darren Blakely. So the count remains 0-2. Obviously, after milking those cows, if it weren't for the game, the 2 guys probably would have gone out for a Hefeweizen. The 2-strike pitch. Blakely swings and misses at a pitch in the dirt. Drop third strike. The throw to first gets the batter Blakely, but on the play, Afkovich goes to third.
Strikeout 2-3, wild pitch.
It'll be a strikeout. Put out at first base. A wild pitch allows Afkovich third base, and for Keesler, that's his third. So now the go-ahead run at third, but with 2 out, as Blakely was fooled badly on a pitch in the dirt. That'll bring up Jason Espedo batting .264. 1 double, 1 triple, 2 homers, and 10 runs batted in. Espedo 1 for 2 plus a walk so far this season. Against left-hander Randy Keesler, who besides the start last Sunday had a couple of relief appearances against Salt Lake. Working from the windup with a runner at third, 2 out. He delivers a curveball low, ball 1. Want to know the count on Jason Espedo, who has 2 hits and 11 at-bats in this series, but is hitting .300 against River Cats pitching on the season. The 1-0 pitch. Breaking ball, that misses downstairs. Ball 2. 2-0 the count on Espedo. Pavkovich at third, 2 out. No score, top of the third. The outfield straight away. Now Kiesler ready, the pitch. Fastball, misses high, ball 3. 3-0 the count on Espedo with Reggie Willits due next. 3 balls, no strikes. The lefty Kiesler glances over at Pavkovich at third, the pitch. Fastball high, and he walks Espedo on 4 straight pitches. First walk issued by the River Cat southpaw, and that'll bring up Reggie Willits, who struck out swinging his first time up. So runners at the corners, 2 out. Just a reminder, if the Bees have a player hit for the cycle during a home game this season, during a regulation 9-inning game, you could win $10,000 of the SMC Capital Management Hit for the Cycle contest, courtesy of Gary Gigi of SMC Capital Management. Kiesler ready, and the first pitch to Willits. Low, ball 1. You can register to win at the Franklin Covey Field Customer Service Booth. And don't forget to check out www.retirementsource.net for more information on SMC Capital Management, Architects of Wealth. So runners at first and third, 2 out. 1 ball the count on Reggie Willits. As the Bees try to score first in a game for the first time in their last 10 games. 1 ball, no strikes. Kiesler's pitch into the dirt. Good scoop by the catcher Baker, and the count's 2-0. The 2 balls, no strikes the count. Kiesler's worked hard already. He has 35 pitches thrown. 2 balls, no strikes. The pitch. Willits takes a little bit low, ball 3, and so Kiesler now is missed on 7 consecutive pitches. Now a wide one would load the bases for Casey Smith. 3-0 the count on Willits. The pitch taking all the way. It's a strike on the outside corner at the knees. 3-1. Bit of a derisive cheer from the gathering here. Three balls, 1 strike now the count on Willits. The outfield straight away. The move towards first, and Espedo is back. Can the Bees trying to salvage the final game of this series and avoid being swept for the second time this year? Tucson winning all 3 games at Tucson Electric Park. June 8th through the 11th. The 3-1 pitch. Third ball high. He walked him, and the bases are loaded. With 2 outs for Casey Smith, who grounded a single to right field his first time up. That was the series in which Tucson won 3 of the 4 games in their final at-bat, coming from behind on 2 of those occasions. Ron Romanek, the acting pitching coach for the River Cats, going to the mound to talk things over with Kiesler. Meanwhile, Casey Smith comes to the plate with the bases loaded and 2 out. The numbers on Casey, he is 2 for 7 batting with the bases loaded. That's a .286 average, but he's hitting just .258 with runners in scoring position and 2 out. So Casey Smith with the opportunity now to put the Bees out in front. Casey single to right his first time up, giving him 2 hits and 6 at-bats against Sacramento this year. So the runner at third is Pavkovich. Jason Espedo at second, and Reggie Willits is at first. Kiesler's going to work from the windup with the bases loaded, 2 out. His first pitch to Smith. Off speed and over on the outside corner above the knees. A strike, and it's 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. Outfield straight away. The infield back for Casey. Kiesler looks at the runner at third, now comes home. The 0-1 pitch, swing and a miss to the fastball. And now Smith is in the hole, 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. AC out of the batter's box momentarily. Now back in. Taps the plate with his bat. Holds it up behind his right ear as the 0-2 comes home. Inside it hit him, and in comes a run. As on a 2-strike pitch, Kiesler tried to come inside the plate. He came too far in with the pitch. And Casey gets hit by a pitch for the third time this year, but this time he picks up a run batted in, and it's 1-0 Salt Lake. Casey's 37th RBI as Paskovich strolls home. Espedo goes to second, or rather to third. Willits to second, and now Smith at first. So with 2 outs and a runner at second base, or a runner at third base actually, 2 walks and a hit batter. Now here's Jeff Mathis, who takes a curveball inside, ball 1. So now Mathis at the plate. 0 for 3 this season with the bases loaded and hitting just 182 with runners in scoring position and 2 out. Now the line by Kiesler, the 1-0. Mathis swings and taps one foul behind home plate. That evens the count at 1-1. One ball, 1 strike to count on Mathis. 1-0 Bees here in the second inning. Now Kiesler's pitch, swinging a ground ball foul up the third base side, 1-2. Just checking back, this is the first time in this 4-game series that the Bees have been out in front. So 1 ball, 2 strikes on Mathis. Would like to tack a couple of more runs onto this 1-0 lead. Now Kiesler winds the 1-2. Swing and a miss at a changeup. He struck him out, and that retires the side. The Bees manage 1 hit all of that, or 1 run out of all that. 1 hit, no errors, and they leave 3 base runners. And so we go to the bottom of the second. It's the Bees 1, Sacramento nothing on ESPN 1230.
Being inducted into the Hall of Fame is the ultimate after you had a successful major league career. Of course, I took 4 years out for World War II. I joined the Navy 2 days after Pearl Harbor, and I'm very proud to be an American and hope I've been a good one.
Relive your fondest memories of Bob Feller and see his Hall of Fame plaque at the Baseball Hall of Fame in Cooperstown, New York. For more information, visit us on the web at baseballhalloffame.org or call 888-HALL-OF-FAME.
Next. Hi, I'd like 3 pounds of fresh salmon, and can you cut me a couple of T-bone steaks about 2 inches thick?
Yes, ma'am. Say, anyone ever tell you you look like Patricia Heaton?
Oh, thank you. She's gorgeous.
Yeah. Hey, can we marinate your steaks while you shop and suggest a recipe for the salmon?
Ooh, you have me at marinade. Thanks.
Oh, now I know who you are.
Hi, I'm...
the driver of my kid's school bus.
That's me.
Albertsons, helping make your life easier.
Oh, hi, Miss Heaton. Need help selecting produce?
Do you have any good cooking ideas for mushrooms and tomatoes?
How about pan-seared portobellos and roasted romas?
That sounds good.
Of course, you could saute shiitakes and terrine tomatoes, or braise the buttons and bake some beefsteak.
No more calls. We have a winner. You know your stuff.
I try. We do carry over 300 different kinds of fruits and vegetables.
You've been very helpful. How are you?
Here we come.
For quality and selection, Albertsons, helping make your life easier.
And go.
All right, we go now to the bottom half of the second inning, 1-0 Bees, as they were the beneficiary of some wildness by pitcher Randy Kiesler. A double, 2 walks, and a bases-loaded hit batsman, leading to the 1 run scored by the Bees, who leave the bases loaded. They've stranded 5 base runners now over the first 2 innings. Here's Dan Johnson, the batter. He 1 for 3 in his season debut last night for the River Cats after being sent down by Oakland. He swings and hits a high, deep drive to right. Espedo going back. It's up there, it's out there, and it's gone. Way over the bullpen and onto the berm in right field. His first home run back for Sacramento, and with 1 swing of the bat, the River Cats have tied it at 1-1. Well, that lead didn't last very long. 1 pitch. for Casey Ohlenberger. That would be the 7th home run that he has surrendered this year. So we're back to square one, all tied at 1. And the batter will be Scott McLean. He certainly had the opportunity to put more on the board. Now the fastball high, ball 1. Scott McLean hitting .244. 21 doubles, 15 homers, and 58 runs batted in. One ball the count of McLean, who had a big 3-run home run in the first inning yesterday. Now the pitch. Change up high and inside to the right-hand batter. Ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes. So the first lead the Bees have had in this entire series is gone. There's McLean taking a little bit low, ball 3. 3-0 the count. Now the pitch, curveball inside, ball 4. So McLean walks on 4 straight pitches after the home run, and that'll bring up the right fielder, Jason Perry, batting .254. 9 doubles, a triple, 5 homers, 27 runs batted in. 2 for 6 in this series with 2 runs batted in. So Perry the batter. Facing Casey Ohlenberger. Perry 1 for 2 with a double and 2 runs batted in against Casey this year. First pitch taking, it's a strike at the knees, 0-1. No balls, 1 strike the count. Well, looks like they haven't fed the squirrels again on the internet system here. No balls, 1 strike the count. Ohlenberger delivers, and Perry swings and dribbles 1 foul behind home plate, and it's 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. Next time you head out to the ballpark in Salt Lake City, be on the lookout for the Albertsons triple play for charity. If the Bees pull off a triple play at home, as they did on May 1st, Albertsons will donate $1,000 worth of groceries to the Utah Food Bank. Albertsons, a proud sponsor of the Salt Lake Bees. A runner at first, nobody out. Ohlenberger, the 0-2 to Perry. Swung on and popped foul back into the left, out of play. That one hitting above the sweeps here in Sacramento. A 1-1 ball game here in the bottom of the second inning. Now Ohlenberger again ready, the 6'4" right-hander. Kicks and delivers. Third ball inside, 1-2 the count. Perry started after it, but held up in plenty of time. So the count remains, or I should say moves to 1 ball and 2 strikes. Ohlenberger undrafted out of Long Beach State. Signed with Solano, the Independent Western League. Pitch. Into the dirt. Ball 2. 2-2. Spent a couple of years in Italy. Pitched for Italy in the 04 Olympics as well as this spring's World Baseball Classic. In his second year in the Angels organization, last year at AA Arkansas, he won 9 and lost 7 with a 3.71 earned run average. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Jason Perry, the pitch, and it's a fastball high and outside, and the count's gone from 0-2 to 3-2. McLean, the runner at first, wouldn't be surprised at all to see him on the move. Casey, who breezed through the first, struggling with his control here in the second. Turns and tossed to first, and safe at first as Myers spun the wrong way. He went away from the bag and came around. If he comes back to his right, they probably have McLean, who was caught leaning. Three balls, 2 strikes. Again the throw over, and again McLean back in, standing up. Three balls, 2 strikes. The infield double play depth behind Ohlenberger. There goes McLean. The pitch to Perry, and it's lofted foul out of play above third base over the roof. So we'll do it again at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Nate Espy, the designated hitter, is due next. Again, the Bees head to Fresno for 4 before returning home for just a quick 4-game homestand against the high-flying Tucson Sidewinders. Best record in the league, and they've won 9 in a row. Swing and a miss on the 3-2 pitch. Throw down to second base. McLean an easy out as he was running with the pitch. It'll be a strike him out, throw him out, double play. There he strikes out for the first out. McLean, a caught stealing. 2-6 for the second out, so the bases are empty with 2 down for Nate Espy, the designated hitter. Espy batting .284, 18 doubles, 7 homers, 33 runs batted in. So that empties the base paths in a hurry. First pitch on the way to Espy is in a little low, ball 1. Espy 3 for 6 in this series with a double and a run batted in. 0 for 2 against Ohlenberger. Now Casey rocks, kicks, and deals. That's a fastball in at the knees for a strike, 1-1. One ball, 1 strike to the right-handed batter. A 1-1 game here in the bottom of the second inning. Now Ohlenberger the pitch. Espy swings and lifts one down the right field line. Could be trouble. Slicing towards the stands, though, and goes foul. Espedo pulled over into right center. He had a long way to go, but a break for the Bees as that one twisted into the seats. So the count 1-2 now on Espy. And Eric Ibar scheduled to rejoin the Bees tomorrow after being sent down after the Angels game today. After scoring the winning run as a pinch runner, he got knocked home by Howie Kendrick, who had a big afternoon. 1 ball, 2 strikes the count on Espy. The pitch from Ohlenberger. Third ball outside at the knees, 2-2 the count. They're also expected to get a pitcher from Double-A to get the start on Tuesday. The 2-2 pitch just missed outside with a curveball at the knees, 3-2. Jesse Smith, the right-handed pitcher from Lincoln, Nebraska, will get the start on Tuesday in Fresno. 3 balls, 2 strikes, the payoff pitch to Espy. Swing and a foul back into the screen. So 3 balls, 2 strikes. Now Ohlenberger peers in, gets his sign from his catcher Mathis. The 3-2 payoff pitch is grounded foul off the railing in front of the third base dugout. Karam's back out of the left field grass. So we'll do it again at 3-2. Again, Bees home next weekend, Pioneer Day weekend, and that means fireworks shows 2 nights this time around, Saturday night and Monday night, the 22nd and 24th. 3-2 again to Espy, popped up foul, first base side. Myers will give it a glance, but it's about 12 rows deep into the seats. So we'll do it again at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Again, the box office opens tomorrow and every day this week at 8:30 and is open until 5:30, so stop on by early in the week to make sure you get good seats for either one of those 2 fireworks extravaganzas and games against the Tucson Sidewinders. 3-2 payoff pitch again. Espy pops another one foul, first base side. That one hits about 10 rows behind the first base dugout. Three balls, 2 strikes the count on Espy. And Tucson running away with the South Division, a 13-game lead in the division. 3 balls, 2 strikes, the pitch. Curveball low, he walked him. So Espy works for the base on ball. Second walk of the inning issued by Ohlenberger, and with 2 outs and a runner at first base, the batter will be the catcher, John Baker, batting .289. 8 doubles, 3 homers, 27 runs batted in. So here's John Baker now. Made an appearance at the AAA All-Star game for the PCL. Walked in his only plate appearance. Olenberger ready, and the first pitch to Baker. Instead, the turn of the toss to first, and Espy's back in, standing up. Runner at first, Espy. Outfield, shaded towards left. Olenberger ready, the pitch to Baker. Strike on the outside corner at the bell. The fastball, 0-1. And it's right back on the road for the Bees after that series with Tucson. They'll make their first trip to Tennessee since 2004. 4 games in Memphis, followed by 4 in Nashville. The 0-1 delivery. Baker swings and fouls it off the glove of the catcher Mathis as it trickles behind the home plate umpire Paul Chandler, and the count's 0-2. So no balls, 2 strikes the count on Baker. 1-1 game, bottom of the second inning. Now Olenberger set, short lead at first for Espy. The pitch. Strike 3 called, a breaking ball in the inside corner at the knees, and that retires the side. 1 run in the inning on the leadoff home run by Johnson. 1 hit and 1 runner was left on base. At the end of 2, it's the Bees 1 and Sacramento 1 on ESPN 1230.
When it's time for your next set of tires, do you want the tire with the best warranty in the business? Then you should head to Big O Tires. When it's time for your next pair of Bees baseball game tickets, do you want free tickets and a chance to win $50,000? Then get to Big O Tires for an entry form and details. No purchase necessary. Big O Tires, Utah's #1 tire store.
The reputation you can ride on Big O Tires.
Hi, evening news? It's the anchorman there. The guy who reads the 6 o'clock news. Yeah, the blonde guy. Well, I need him to mention that I'm looking for a home. Yep, the new home. Well, that way, anyone selling in the area can call me, and we can work out a viewing around my schedule. And I'm only available Sunday between 2 and 4. You have him mention that, would you? Thanks.
You don't need to make an announcement when you're looking for a home to buy. Coldwell Banker Residential Brokerage makes it easy to find open houses in a range of styles and prices, including new construction, giving you every advantage in finding a home. You can access information about our open houses on our website. And the more homes you view, the more likely you are to find the one that's absolutely perfect for you. If you're already searching for a home, thinking about buying, or just interested in the local real estate market, go to utahhomes.com today.
No, I'm holding for...
Here we come.
Find the open houses you want to see this weekend. Visit utahhomes.com. Coldwell Banker Residential Brokerage is owned and operated by NRT Incorporated.
And go.
Welcome back to Sacramento. All tied up. The Bees won. The Rivercats won. It'll be Dallas McPherson, Mike Elward, and Corey Myers. The 4, 5, and 6 hitters due up in the Salt Lake batting order to face left-hander Randy Kiesler. It's also time for our third inning update of the average scoreboard. In the PCL in the 10th inning at Albuquerque, Iowa and the Isotopes are tied 3-3. Round Rock at New Orleans, nothing in on that. At Nashville, the Sound scored 3 runs in the 8th to defeat Memphis 6-3. First pitch to McPherson. Fastball high, ball 1. By the way, Iowa going for its 8th straight win. Again, 3-3 with Albuquerque in the 10th inning. Tucson a winner at Las Vegas 4-3 for their 9th straight win. Now Kiesler ready, the 1-0 to McPherson. Drilled in the right center field, a base hit. Played on the second hop by Iram Bocachica, and the leadoff man is aboard for the Bees here in the 3rd inning. Hit number 4 for Salt Lake, and that'll bring up Mike Elward, who grounded out the second baseman Beatty his first time up. Omaha edged Oklahoma 5-4. Colorado Springs picked up a couple of home runs from Jeff Baker and beat Fresno 8-4. And Portland edged Tacoma by a score of 4-3, giving the Bees an opportunity to lengthen their divisional lead back to 3 games with a win tonight. First pitch to Elward is in at the knees, a strike 0-1. All of the Major League action has been completed for this Sunday. Now Kiesler ready. The glance towards McPherson at first. The pitch. Elward, it's a high chopper, gloved by Kiesler, throws to second, they get one. The throw back to first, bounces in, and is off the chest of Johnson. Safe at first is Elward. So, 1-4 on the force out of McPherson out at second base. One away, that'll bring up Corey Myers, who flied out to left his first time up. The Yankees completed a 3-game sweep of the White Sox by a 6-4 score today. Mariano Rivera picks up career save number 400. Derek Jeter and Alex Rodriguez both homered for the Yankees. Former Buzzman A.J. Pierzynski went deep for the White Sox. First pitch on the way. Myers takes a fastball high, ball one. Kansas City, after starting out the year 0-13 against the Tigers, defeat Detroit 9-6. Despite a couple of home runs by Marcus Thames. The 1-0 pitch. Myers swings and misses out in front of a changeup. That evens the count at 1-1. In 11 innings at Toronto, the Blue Jays edged Seattle 4-3. That's one day after Toronto needed 14 innings to beat Seattle. Baltimore shut out Texas 4-0, knocking the Rangers out of their tie for first with Oakland. The A's beating Boston 8-1. The 1-1 to Myers, swinging a foul back into the screen, 1-2. Minnesota down Cleveland 5-2, but bad news for the Twins. An MRI indicated a stress fracture in the foot for Torrey Hunter, so he's on the disabled list. And the Angels beat Tampa Bay 7-5. 1 ball, 2 strikes the count on Myers as Kiesler comes set. The lefty deals. Third ball, strike 3 called, and Corey doesn't like it. Fourth strikeout for Kiesler, and there's 2 down here in the third. Brings up Adam Papkovich, who doubled to left center field his first time up, and later scored the Bees' run in the second inning. In the National League, Florida rallied from 3 down to defeat Houston 9-3. First pitch to Papkovich, change up high, ball one. Cincinnati rally with 5 runs in the 8th to beat Colorado 6-4 as the Rockies bullpen is coming apart at the seams. Eddie Guardado picks up his 3rd save in a Cincinnati uniform since coming over from Seattle. 1 ball, no strikes on Papkovich as Kiesler delivers. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Washington scores 4 in the 11th to beat Pittsburgh 8-4. At St. Louis, the Cardinals crushed the Dodgers 11-3. I believe that's the 7th straight win for St. Louis. Now the 1-1. Papkovich pops it up foul behind home plate. Baker the mask off. Does he have room? No. It lands on this side of the screen. And the count on Papkovich is 1-2. The Braves win their 5th in a row. At San Diego, 10-5 the final. San Francisco falls to Philadelphia at home, 6-2, despite Barry Bonds' 13th home run, his 721st. Milwaukee doubled up the Diamondbacks in Arizona 10-5, and the Mets scored 11 runs in the 6th, getting 2 grand slams in the inning. Cliff Floyd and Carlos Beltran as the Mets beat the Cubs 13-7. The 1-2 pitch, way outside, a ball, 2-2 the count on Papkovich. Here it's the Bees 1, Sacramento 1. Salt Lake with a runner at first, 2 outs here in the top of the third. Kiesler delivers. Third ball, low and inside. Fills the count at 3-2. That means Elward will automatically be on the move with the pitch. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Now Kiesler ready. Elward takes off, and the pitch is high, ball 4. Third walk issued by Kiesler in the game, and now the Bees have runners at first and second with 2 out. For Darren Blakely, who struck out swinging on a pitch in the dirt his first time up. And the Bees have lost 3 in a row. First time they'd lost consecutive games since their 5-game losing streak from the 8th to the 12th of June. Overall now, they've lost 4 in a row on the road. The pitch, Blakely grounds one to third, up with it McClain. He will Outrace Elward to the bag at third for the force out on Mike, and that retires the side. No runs, 1 hit. 2 more runners left on base as the Bees have stranded 7 in the first 3 innings. After 2.5, the Bees won and Sacramento won on ESPN 1230.
Cache Valley Electric is a proud sponsor of the Salt Lake Bees. Cache Valley Electric has provided clients with the best in electrical construction since 1915. A premier electrical contractor with the ability to provide heavy industrial, commercial, teledata, cell tower, technology services, service and signal, and utility construction. A proud member of the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, National Electrical Contractors Association. Cache Valley Electric, a tradition of excellence since 1915.
Paulie Colosimo here.
Yo! Along with Joey, as always. So, Paulie, tell the folks why we're so excited for spring to get here.
That's easy. So we can sunbathe in our Speedos, right?
Well, I do enjoy that. And with the pecs we have, the ladies enjoy it too. But that's not what I had in mind.
Oh, well, you must be talking about grilling some of our Magnifico Colosimo sausages then.
That's exactly what I'm talking about, Paulie.
Bada bing!
When most people think about grilling, they think about chicken or steaks. But those are wimp meat.
Yeah, if you want something with real taste and real kick, you gotta go with authentic Colosimo sausages on the grill.
Oh, yeah.
Some nice thick brats, a mild Italian or Tuscan. Just thinking about it makes me saliva ache.
Yeah, some hot Italian, which kind of reminds me of...
Here we go.
A couple of hot Italians. You got that right, Joey.
Colosimo Sausage, the sausage people. Now available at Dan's, Macy's, and Smith's.
And go.
We go to the last of the third. It's a 1-1 ball game. The Bees, though, have squandered opportunity after opportunity as they've left 7 runners on base in the first 3 innings. Charles Thomas, Andrew Beatty, and Mike Rouse, the 9-1 and 2 hitters, are due up for the River Cats here in the bottom of the third. Thomas hitting .263, 6 doubles, a triple, 1 homer, 24 runs batted in. First pitch curveball is low, ball 1. Thomas 1 for 7 in the series. 0 for 2 on the year against Casey Ohlenberger, who winds and delivers. Swinging a 1-hopper to first, gloved by Corey Myers. His momentum will take him 3 steps to the bag for out number 1. So Thomas is retired. To the top of the order, and Andrew Beatty, the second baseman for the River Cats, retired on a sinking liner to the shortstop Casey Smith his first time up. So 1 out and the base is empty. And the Bees need a win to claim the season series against Sacramento. First pitch to Beatty is outside ball 1. Leading 8-7 coming into this one. It would be their first series win over Salt Lake over Sacramento since 2002. 1-0 pitch on the way, and Beatty takes a fastball high, ball 2. 2-0 the count. Sacramento leading the all-time series 50-45. Ohlenberger, the 2-0 pitch, way outside, ball 3. That does not include the 2000 playoff series that Salt Lake defeated Sacramento 3-2. Now the 3-0 pitch on the way. It's high, ball 4, and Beatty walks on 4 straight pitches. Third walk issued by Ohlenberger. Again, it's not a very large strike zone for either pitcher. Here's Mike Rouse, who flied out to left his first time up. Salt Lake Buzz winning that series in 2000, only to be defeated in the final 3-1 by the Memphis Redbirds and some then unknown player by the name of Albert Pujols. Had a couple of home runs in that series, including the series winner in the bottom of the 13th in Game 4 at AutoZone Park. Throw to first. Almost gets away. A nice save by Myers. Trying to remember who he hit that home run off of. It wasn't someone of any great notoriety as far as his future was concerned in Major League Baseball. Runner at first base, 1 out. Ohlenberger ready. Time called, though, by Rouse as he took too much time out there. A 1-1 ball game in the bottom of the third. Now the right-hander set. The pitch. Rouse takes a fastball right down the middle. Strike, and it's 0-1. No balls, one strike. Memory serves me right. I believe it may have been a pitcher who was just up for the postseason, and that's it. Now the pitch, Rouse swings. It's a looper over the head of Pavkovich into right center field for a base hit. Slowing down at second and stopping there is Andrew Beatty as Espedo got to the ball in a hurry. Hit number 2 for the River Cats, who are in business now with runners at first and second and only one out. And the batter will be Iram Bocachica. Bocachica bounced out to McPherson at third, his initial time up. So 2 on, 1 out as the River Cats try to take the lead here in the third inning. Infield again, double play depth. Olenberger's pitch, and it's outside. Snap to the first, and Rouse is back. 1 ball, the count on Bocachica. A 1-1 ball game here in the bottom of the third. Outfield, deep and around towards left, playing Bocachica to pull. Now Olenberger delivers. Fastball up and in. A little chin music as Bocachica hits the deck, getting out of the way. 2 balls, no strikes, the count on Bocachica. We do have an update now on Round Rock in New Orleans. That game is tied, 6-6 in the 10th. Round Rock led 6-1, but the Zephyrs scored 3 in the 8th and 2 in the 9th. Now the 2-0 pitch to Bocachica. Breaking ball high, 3-0 the count, and a wide one here would load the bases for Dan Johnson, who has already hit a home run in this game. Three balls, no strikes. Now Olenberger's pitch. In for a strike, 3-1. A little surprised there that Bocachica didn't have the green light. But then again, this is the A's organization. Reaching patience and taking a lot of pitches. Very few hitters get the green light on 3-0. 3 balls, 1 strike to count. Olenberger delivers. And it's high, ball 4, and the bases are loaded. And here's Dan Johnson, who homered over the bullpen in right center field, his first time up for the River Cats run. So the catcher Mathis, the shortstop Smith, and to talk with Casey Olenberger here. As there is trouble brewing here in the third. Beatty at third, Rouse at second, Bocachica at first. The infield, double play depth, the outfield, straight away and deep. Olenberger working from the stretch. His first pitch to Johnson is ripped foul down the right field side, strike 1. Hit it hard, but got the barrel of the bat out a hair too soon and yanked it wide of the stripe down the right field side. So 0-1 the count on Johnson. Now Olenberger set the pitch. Strike on the outside corner at the knees, 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes, so Olenberger gets ahead of Johnson in the count. Johnson, just 2 years ago, the MVP of the PCL. Hit .299 for the River Cats, 29 homers, and 111 runs batted in. No balls, 2 strikes. Olenberger's pitch. Swing and a tap foul on a breaking ball down and in. Johnson got a piece of it, though. One of the Bees players winds up getting the souvenir and tossing the ball to a youngster by the dugout. No balls, 2 strikes the count on Johnson. Open stance at the plate. Olenberger ready, the 0-2. Third ball looped off the end of the bat to left field, a base hit. in to score Beatty. Everybody else moves up 90 feet on the RBI single by Dan Johnson, and it's 2-1 Sacramento. And still only one out after getting the first out on just 2 pitches. The next 4 batters have all reached for the River Cats. That'll bring up Scott McLean, who walked his first time up. Later was thrown out trying to steal on the back end of a strike him out, throw him out, double play. Dan Johnson just sent down by Oakland, a thorn in the Bees' side here tonight. Pitch on the way. McLean swings and he fouls it back. That goes up into one of the sweeps to our right. 1 strike the count on McLean. Big right-handed batter in his 17th professional season. Olenberger ready, the 0-1. Just missed outside. A fastball at the knees. And the count's even at 1 ball, 1 strike. McLean so far this year for Sacramento, 3 for 9. Batting with the bases loaded. He has 1 of the 5 grand slams for the River Cats this year. One of those against the Bees. That was by Mike Rouse here. The 1-1 pitch, swung on, line towards left. Blakely coming on, misjudged it and cannot hang on to it. It drops in for a hit. Everybody else moves up 90 feet. And now it's a 3-1 ball game. A sinking liner. Blakely hesitated, thinking the ball was going to make it to him. Then he realized that that ball was going to come up short. He tried to make the head first dive, but couldn't come up with it cleanly. So again, station-to-station baseball. 2 runs are in. The bases are still loaded with 1 out, and the batter will be Jason Perry, who struck out swinging his first time up. Well, again, you just had a feeling that this kind of thing might happen after the Bees failed in their opportunities, leaving 7 runners on base in the first 3 innings and only scoring 1 run. So Charles Nagy, the pitching coach, out for a quick word with Olenberger. So here is Perry. Perry 2 for 5 with the bases loaded. That's a .400 average. So a walk, a single, a walk, and 2 more singles have produced a pair of runs for the River Cats. Now the first pitch to Perry. Swinging a tap foul up the first base side. Strike 1. And the River Cats going for the 4-game series sweep. The Bees have been swept once this year. That was on the road at Tucson. Sacramento trying to sweep Salt Lake for the first time since July of 2004. The 0-1 pitch. Fastball outside. Evens the count. 1 ball, 1 strike. One and 1 the count. Sacramento tonight trying to move above the 500 mark for the first time since June 18th when they were 36-35 as Olenberger misses low and away. Ball 2. 2-1 the count. No place to put him. Now the right-hander Olenberger ready. The 2-1 pitch. A little cue shot toward short. Smith has it to second for 1. That's all they're going to get, though, as another run comes across. The ball not hit hard enough to turn 2 on. So it'll be a fielder's choice. 6-4 on the force out. Perry picks up his 28th RBI of the year. Runners now at first and third with 2 out, and the score is now a 4-1. With Espy the batter, he walked his first time up. Sacramento trying to pick up its 4th series sweep of the year. They swept a rain-shortened series at Tacoma April 10th through the 12th. They swept a 4-game series at Las Vegas in late May and early June. Here's a swing and a shot past the diving Pavkovich into right field. In to score Johnson, stopping at second base Perry. It'll be a base hit for SP, and it's now a 5-1 ball game. A hard hit ball, but it wasn't any more than 4 feet to the left of Pavkovich, but that ball had what looked to be some nasty looking English on it. When it went off his glove, it deflected into right field. Rivercats just recently swept a 3-game set with Fresno. Matter of fact, that happened just before they got swept 3 games by the Bees at home. So now the Rivercats have broken it open. They lead it 5-1 here in the third. Here's John Baker, who's called out on strikes his first time up, as the Rivercats have now batted around here in the third inning. So runners at first and second base, 2 out. The pitch as Baker takes a curveball inside, ball 1. Olenberger now here in the third inning, total up to 63 pitches in the game. So 1 ball, no strikes, the count on the left-handed batter. The pitch swung on and lofted into right center field. Espedo and Willits converging on it. Jason says, "I've got it," and he takes it to retire the side, but the damage has been done. 4 runs on 4 hits, no errors, and 2 runners were left on the base paths. After 3 complete, it's now Sacramento 5, the Bees 1 on ESPN 1230.
Dreaming of owning your own home? Cypress Credit Union would like to make your dream a reality with fantastic rates on low-fee construction and mortgage loans. Visit cypresscu.com or speak to a mortgage specialist at 260-7600. We'll help you determine your home buying power and the loan that best fits your needs. Mention this ad and we'll waive the $175 processing fee when you get your mortgage.
Cypress Credit Union. Your future is our future.
Equal housing lender.
Okay, you guys, time for bed.
Daddy, take me for a ride to the bedroom. No, me.
All right, both of you hop on. Oh, man, you guys are getting heavy.
Daddy, you sound like a piggy.
I'm not a piggy. I'm a dinosaur.
No, dinosaurs sound like this. You sound like this.
Yeah, thanks for pointing that out.
There are moments that make life meaningful.
Mommy, Daddy's a piggy.
Well, he's a cute little piggy.
One seriously out of shape piggy.
At Select Health, we want to help you enjoy each one. With our health and wellness programs, we're striving to help you and your family stay fit and healthy and be right there with you as life unfolds.
Look, Mommy, the piggy's jumping on the bed.
Daddy's starting a new exercise program.
You know what they say, when pigs fly.
Good one.
Yeah.
Here we come.
I gotta sit down.
To learn how we're working to make healthcare simpler, visit selecthealth.org. Select Health. Simply there.
Now back to more Salt Lake Bees baseball with Steve Klauke on ESPN 1230.
So we go to the fourth. The Bees down 5-1 now. It'll be Jason Espedo, Reggie Willits, and Casey Smith due up. The Bees again have left 7 runners on base, and the only run they scored came when Casey Smith got hit by an 0-2 pitch with the bases loaded. The Bees really struggling offensively, but you look at some of the bats that they have lost in the lineup due to call-ups, you could understand that, and the big injury to Nick Gorneau. Jason Espedo to lead things off. He walked his first time up, and he takes one right in the small of the back. So he'll walk on down to first, hit by the Kiesler pitch. So the second hit batter for Kiesler in the game, giving him 6 on the year, and for Espedo, that's the second time he's been drilled since joining the Bees. So a runner at first, nobody out for Reggie Willits, who has struck out and walked in 2 plate appearances. I believe it's also time for our check of this date in Salt Lake PCL history, brought to you by Med1 Medical, the exclusive provider of Sleep Smart Gold. Go back to 2000 and 2002. As Kiesler delivers, Willits slices one foul out of play, first base side, 1 strike the count. On this date, July 16th in 2000, Torrey Hunter has 4 hits and drives in 6 runs to lead the Buzz to a 12-5 win in Edmonton. Hunter's grand slam caps off a 7-run 8th inning. And in 2002, we also go back out to Edmonton after the 0-1 pitch to Willits. Ripped foul down the left field side, quickly into the crowd, 0-2. Jose Fernandez, third baseman, now a star in Japan, goes 4 for 4 with 2 homers and 5 RBI. An 8-2 Stingers win at Edmonton. He belts a 3-run blast in the 4th inning and a solo shot of the 5th. No balls, 2 strikes the count on Willits. Kiesler ready. The pitch. Swinging a ground ball foul wide of the bag at third, and it's still 0-2. Stop in for a free CPAP pressure check and free tubing. Med1 Medical, 10712 South 13th East in Sandy. Again, Torrey Hunter today put on the disabled list as an MRI revealed a stress fracture. And I believe his left foot, as Reggie Willits cracked his bat on that one, so he'll head back to the dugout for a new piece of lumber. Fernandez, a teammate of former Stinger Rick Short over in Japan. Been a while since I've been able to give you the update on the former Salt Lake players overseas, but and the internet here not working. So 2 strikes the count. With a runner at first base and nobody out, Jason Espedo on at first after getting hit by a pitch to open up the inning. He's trailing 5-1 here in the 4th. Kiesler ready, the glance towards first and the 0-2 home. Fastball outside, 1-2 the count on Reggie. And had a 10-game hitting streak. Snapped here on Friday, his longest hitting streak of the year. Infield double play depth behind Kiesler as the left-hander comes set, kicks in, here's the 1-2. Up high, 2-2 the count. Missed with a change-up and couldn't get Willits to go after it. Iowa and Albuquerque, 3-3. That game now in the bottom of the 11th at Isotopes Park. Now Kiesler ready again, the 2-2. Swing and a foul back to the base of the screen. Round Rock, 2 runs in the top of the 11th inning. Now New Orleans at bat. Trailing 8-6, but they do have runners at second and third with 1 out. Two balls, 2 strikes. Espedo, a short lead at first. Now Kiesler delivers. Up high with a fastball, and that fills the count at 3-2. Casey Smith would be next. He's trying to battle back as they're down 5-1 here in the 4th. Now the 3-2 delivery, swing and a miss. He struck him out on a changeup. That is the 5th strikeout for Randy Kiesler in the ball game, and there's 1 down here in the 4th. Brings up Casey Smith, who has singled to right and had that aforementioned hit by pitch with the bases loaded to bring in a run in the 2nd inning. So runner at first base, 1 out. And the Bees start a 4-game set in Fresno tomorrow night. Pitch on the way. It's in for a strike 0-1. The Bees have beaten the Grizzlies 6 out of 8. Grizzlies, though, got a little stronger offensively. The slumping Lance Necro sent down by the Giants today. Chad Santos, the first baseman, goes up. It'll be Steven Shell, 3-4, in need of a good outing tomorrow against former Buzz right-hander Matt Kinney. Now the 1-strike pitch on the way to Smith. Casey swings and he misses. 0-2. Randy Kiesler on the mound, a veteran of 40 Major League games appeared in, now 51 with 11 games for the A's this year. He's also pitched in the majors for the Yankees, Padres, and Reds, having won 4 and lost 4 with an ERA of just under 7. No balls, 2 strikes the count. Now Kiesler deals. Curveball low, 1-2 the count on Casey. Outfield straight away. The lights have taken hold here. Just about. Sun no longer a factor. 1-2 the count. Now Kiesler ready. The pitch. Smith swings and lines one towards the alley and right center. Perry on the run. Leaps up on the move and makes the catch. Taking extra bases away from Casey Smith as he rolls the ball back in towards the infield. He was kind of shaded over that way, giving him a head start, but still a fine running grab by Jason Perry, and there's 2 outs here in the 4th. Now here's Jeff Mathis, who has singled and struck out in 2 plate appearances. So Espedo leads off the inning by getting hit by a pitch. 2 outs later, he's still at first base. So 2 outs now for Mathis. Kiesler ready. The pitch. Low and in the dirt, ball 1. I guess the good news is that if the Bees do fall tonight, they will have lost only 1 game in the standings to Tacoma while getting swept. But the bad news is, obviously, that means they could have really widened their lead with any kind of success here, with Tacoma having dropped 3 out of 4 at Portland. The 1-0 pitch. Mathis takes a fastball high, ball 2. 2-0 the count. New Orleans has now scored twice in the bottom of the 11th to tie up Round Rock at 8-8 after the Express had scored 2 in the top of the inning to take the lead. A wild one down on the bayou. Now the 2-0 pitch to Mathis on the way. Jeff takes off speed and over for a strike, and it's 2-1. The 2 balls, 1 strike to count. Jason Espedo still hanging on over at first. Now Kiesler ready. The 2-1. Curveball strike on the inside corner at the knees, 2-2. Near the snow cone vendor down there would probably make a mess up here, but it sounds awfully good, as warm as it is. This is the time of the year that you really enjoy those trips to Portland and Tacoma, and used to enjoy those trips to Canada to cool off a little bit. Now the 2-2 pitch. Mathis lines one at the third baseman McLean, and that retires the side. No runs, no hits. Another runner left on base. We go to the bottom of the 4th. It's Sacramento 5. The Bees 1 on ESPN 1230.
Denny's works for me because I like bacon, sausage, and ham, usually at the same time. And I can get all that at Denny's for just a few bucks. I mean, you know, how many places can you still say that about? I can think of about 1.
Denny's is also the one place you can go for the new Extreme Grand Slam. It has more bacon and sausage than ever, plus 2 eggs, hash browns, and pancakes. One of 3 new Super Slams for just $5.99 each. Denny's.
Works for me.
Price and participation may vary for a limited time only.
Zions Bank has absolutely free checking. This means it's absolutely free of hidden fees. Our absolutely free checking comes with absolutely free unlimited check writing and absolutely free online banking and bill pay. All this along with a Visa credit card, an absolutely free Visa debit card, and enrollment in Zions Cash Rewards. We appreciate you, so we want to absolutely free you from hassle with all our absolutely free branches and ATMs available throughout both Utah and Idaho. After all, when all is said and done, the best things in life are, well, family, love, and sharing. Because although our absolutely free checking is absolutely fantastic, hopefully it's not absolutely the best thing in your life.
Hi, I'm Tom Green, branch manager at the Zions Bank Freeway office. Right now, when you open a free check, here we come, give you an absolutely free box of checks.
Zions Bank member FDIC, equal housing lender. Some restrictions apply. See branch for details. Credit approval required to obtain Visa credit card.
And go. All right, we go now to the bottom of the 4th inning. 5-1 Sacramento. It'll be the Charles Thomas, Andrew Beatty, and Mike Rouse show again as they lead off the 4th, as they led off the 3rd, as the River Cats batted around in that inning. Charles Thomas retired on a 2-hopper to the first baseman, Corey Myers' initial time up. The only other game still going on in the PCL, Iowa 3, Albuquerque 3, with the Cubs batting in the top of the 12th. So here's Charles Thomas now to face Casey Ohlenberger. The pitch. Breaking ball just inside, ball one. And in case you missed it, Dustin Mosley, having his contract purchased by the Angels, will start tomorrow, making his Major League debut against Cleveland. The pitch inside the ball, 2-0. Filling in for Jared Weaver, the former B right-hander, who's been outstanding so far, but has a case of bicep tendonitis in his right arm. 2-0 pitch is drilled over the head of the shortstop Smith in the left center field. Willett, the center fielder, coming over and cutting it off with a backhand play and firing it in to hold Thomas to a single. But the leadoff man is aboard for the River Cats here in the fourth. That's their sixth hit of the ball game. Again, the Bees struggling right now, and again, they don't have the offense that they had earlier, but they also have struggled defensively. And when you take a Jared Weaver, a Joe Saunders now, and a Dustin Mosley out of the rotation, that is big. Ohlenberger has struggled his last few times out, as has Steven Shell. Throw to first, and the runner's back. And the Bees will regain the services of Eric Ibar tomorrow. He will join the team in Fresno, his third tour of duty with Salt Lake this year. Again, the throw to first, and Thomas is back. Howie Kendrick again, a big day today, 3 for 4. With a couple of runs batted in, including the game winner. The pitch. Change up just outside at the knees to Andrew Beatty. Ball one. Beatty is lined to short, walked and scored a run. Bottom of the fourth, 5-1 Sacramento. Again, the toss to first. This time Thomas hadn't strayed all that far off the bag. Want to know the count for the left-hand hitting Andrew Beatty. McPherson in at third, the pitch. Beatty takes a fastball high, ball two. If you have a youngster, 14 and under, stop by the Larry H. Miller Chevrolet location at 5650 South State Street in Murray and enter them to win a chance to be the honorary bat kid at the Bees home game. Larry H. Miller Chevrolet, after all, you know this guy. 2 balls, no strikes on Beatty. Ohlenberger's pitch. Swing and a pop foul coming back out of play. That one's going to find its way onto the roof. 2-1 the count on Beatty as it caroms back down to a fan who grabbed a souvenir. Two balls, 1 strike the count on Beatty. Now Ohlenberger set the 2-1. Swing and a miss to the fastball, 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Of course, 2 months ago, about this time, Ohlenberger, the PCL pitcher of the week, with 2 scoreless outings, 1 6 innings in length against Omaha, the other 7 innings in length against Iowa. Now the 2-2 pitch to Beatty. Runner Thomas takes off at first, and the pitch is popped up near the bag at first. Myers has it, turns, and doubles off the runner Thomas, who was faked out for the shortstop Casey Smith into thinking that that ball was through. He had no idea where it was. Myers was hoping that ball would eventually come down because he knew he had the double play and finally was able to make the play. Second double play of the game. Neither one has been on a ground ball, though. So an unassisted double play for Corey Myers at first. And the batter will be Mike Krause, 1 for 2 with a single his last time up. Takes a curveball inside, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. They're going to the bottom of the 12th now at Albuquerque. Still 3-3 the score there. 1-0 pitch on the way, outside and off the glove. The catcher, Jeff Mathis, and the count's 2-0. Then all 4 games at Fresno will be 8:05 starts before the Bees come home for 7 o'clock starts Friday and Saturday and Monday, with a 2 o'clock start on Sunday. Fireworks Saturday and Monday, so make sure you make your way to the box office this week. They're open from 8:30 to 5:30 to get your tickets for either or both days. 2-0 changeup just outside. Ball 3. 3-0 the count on Rouse. With Iram Boca Chica due next. Now Olenberger ready, the 3-0. Outside, he walked him on 4 straight pitches. That is the 5th walk issued by Casey Olenberger in the ball game. And again, a couple of those could have been strikes, but home plate umpire Paul Chandler with a very small strike zone. The 5 walks is a season high for Casey. Again, on the other side, there have been 3 walks issued by Randy Kiesler. So runner at first, 2 out for Boca Chica, who walked and scored in the 4-run 3rd inning. Olenberger's pitch, and Boca Chica takes a breaking ball over for a strike, and it's 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. 5-1 River Cats. Each team scored once in the second, and then the aforementioned 4-run 3rd for Sacramento. Olenberger, the lob over to first, and Rouse is back. Now Olenberger ready. The right-hander's pitch. Boca Chica lines 1 to left. Blakely drifting back, now stops, waits, and makes the catch to retire the side. No runs, 1 hit. A walk, but with a double play, only 1 runner left on base. As we go to the 5th, it's Sacramento 5, the Bees 1 on ESPN 1230.
If you're in the market for a home theater system or new TV, RC Willey is the only place to shop. No one has a larger selection of complete home theater systems, high-definition big screens, flat panel LCD, and plasma TVs. Items are in stock for same-day delivery. Choose from the name brands you prefer, including Sony, Panasonic, Samsung, Mitsubishi, and Toshiba. Come in today and find out how you can pay 0 interest for 12 months on purchases of $4.99 or more. RC Willey, one place, so many possibilities. Athletes can't perform on an empty stomach.
Strike 1.
The Old Spaghetti Factory is the perfect place for your pre-game and post-game feasts, team parties, and more. Fill up our delicious homemade mouth-watering dishes. No one speaks the international language of yum plus the Old Spaghetti Factory. Serving the best memories in town. It's the perfect place for any occasion. And now, featuring the amazing adventures of Wally the Trolley for our guests 10 and younger. Catch a ride with Wally and his trolley trio as they explore the world. Sign up for our kids club at www.osf.com. It's safe, simple, fun, and on your next birthday, lunch is on us. Conveniently located to serve you at Trolley Square, Taylorsville, and Orem. Good food, good fun, and good...
Here we come.
Complete meals. The Old Spaghetti Factory is where to wind up. The Old Spaghetti Factory in Trolley Square, Taylorsville, and Orem.
And go.
All right, we go to the 5th inning. It's 5-1 in favor of Sacramento. It'll be Dallas McPherson, Mike Elward, and Corey Myers to face left-hander Randy Kiesler. McPherson singled his last time up. He's 1 for 2. Led off the 3rd with a single, but was immediately erased on a fielder's choice. So here's McPherson, our 5th inning, middle of the game reset of the Sacramento defensive alignment. Charles Thomas in left. Iram Boca Chica in center. Jason Perry in right. Scott McLean at 3rd. Mike Rouse at short. Andrew Beatty at 2nd. And Dan Johnson at 1st. A battery of Randy Kiesler pitching and John Baker catching. First pitch to McPherson. A fastball strike on the inside corner at the knees. 0-1. No balls. 1 strike. Against the left-handed hitting Dallas McPherson, who singled earlier in the game. As we mentioned, more on that after the 0-1. Tinker strike at the knees, 0-2. That's his 26th hit of the year for Salt Lake, but 20 of them have been for extra bases, so that was a rare single. So 0-2 the count on McPherson. Now Kiesler winds the 0-2. Swing and a foul. Back out of play. That one finds its way back up onto the roof, and so the count remains 0-2. Ken McPherson, start of the year in a Salt Lake uniform, is 13 of the original 24 on the opening day roster at one time or another have gone to the big league. No balls, 2 strikes, the pitch. Swing and a miss at a fastball. He struck him out. Strikeout number 6 for Randy Kiesler in the ball game, and there's 1 out. So Kiesler with 6 punch-outs tonight. That equals his season high. He's had 6 on 2 other occasions. In 4 innings against Tacoma on April the 10th. And in 7 innings at Tucson on April the 27th. Here's Mike Elward, 0 for 2. Reached on a fielder's choice his last time up. Swings, and it's a 2-hopper to third. McLean backing up on it, has it. The long throw across in plenty of time for out number 2. 2 up, 2 down here in the Salt Lake 5th. That'll bring up Corey Myers, who's 0 for 2. Called out on strikes his last time up. Just a reminder, all Monday home games are Harmon's Family Nights with the Bees. Stop by your local Harmon store. Pick up a Family Night voucher, and you can get 8 family members in for just $16. Just take that voucher from Harmon's and redeem it at the Bees box office. Harmon's, your neighborhood grocer. The next Bees Family Night will be on, or Harmon's Family Night at the Bees will be on August the 7th against Round Rock. First pitch to Myers from Kiesler. A fastball into the knees. A strike, and it's 0-1. No balls, 1 strike the count on Corey. Now Kiesler delivers. Swinging a ground ball to short. Gobbled up by Rouse. The throw across in plenty of time. And for the first time tonight, the Bees are retired in order. 1, 2, 3, nothing across. We're halfway through this scheduled 9-rounder with a score. Sacramento 5, the Bees 1 on ESPN 1230.
Welcome to McDonald's. Can I take your order?
Come on, what do you want?
Well, I don't know what I want for breakfast because I can't think before I have breakfast. But how do I decide what I want for breakfast if I can't think until I get breakfast?
You'll have a number 1 with a large coffee.
Snap out of it with a delicious bacon, egg, and cheese McGriddle sandwich from McDonald's. And if you need more help in the morning, visit McMornings.com.
It's like you read my mind.
It's a pretty short book.
At participating McDonald's.
Sir, can you hear me?
Imagine you've just been in a traffic accident.
Sir, can you hear me?
And right now, the pressure of the steering wheel against your chest is preventing you from answering this question, while your smashed door is preventing the emergency crew from providing you with the help you're very much in need of.
Okay, sir, we're going to get some equipment in here and get you out of there just as quickly as possible. We need those over here right away.
Imagine the feeling of knowing this happened because you were driving dangerously, driving when you maybe shouldn't have, or allowing yourself to be distracted. Imagine hoping you'll wake up from this nightmare, but not being able to. Imagine the flashing lights and the smell of gasoline.
Sir, can you squeeze my hand?
Now, imagine why they're not bothering to ask these questions to anyone else who was in your car. Consider,
Here we come.
No one understands the importance of driving safely like someone who didn't. 0 fatalities. It's a goal we can all live with.
Now let's go back to the ballpark for more Salt Lake Bees baseball. Here's the voice of the Salt Lake Bees, Steve.
So we go now to the bottom of the 5th inning. It's a 5-1 ball game in favor of the River Cats. Dan Johnson, Scott McLean, and Jason Perry, the 4, 5, and 6 hitters in the River Cat order, due up to face right-hander Casey Olenberger. Dan Johnson got the scoring started for the River Cats with a solo homer in the 2nd. He had an RBI single that put the River Cats back out in front in the 3rd. He has also scored a pair of runs as he leads things off here in the 5th. 5-1 the score in favor of Sacramento. Olenberger's pitch, and Johnson swings and lines a base hit into right field. He's 3 for 3. Fielded on the second hop by Jason Espedo, and that'll bring up Scott McLean, who's walked and singled, driven in a run. Our 5th inning, middle of the game reset of the Bees defensive alignment. Darren Blakely, Reggie Willits, and Jason Espedo in left, center, and right. Dallas McPherson, Casey Smith, Adam Pavkovich and Corey Myers, the infield third to first, a battery of Casey Ohlenberger pitching, and Jeff Mathis catching. One on, nobody out. First pitch to McLean. A little bit low, ball one. 1-0 the count. Ohlenberger will probably go just the 5 innings. He's already thrown 80 pitches. At this point, the pitch inside, and that one caught Scott McLean off the front of his shirt, it looked like. Didn't get very much of the body. So runners at first and second base with nobody out. Here's Jason Perry, 0 for 2. Drove in a run with a fielder's choice his last time up. For Ohlenberger, that's the 4th batter that he's hit. For McLean, that is the 2nd time this season that he has been clipped. So runners at first and second, nobody out. Sacramento looking to expand on their 5-1 lead. Ohlenberger ready, the pitch. Up high, ball one. 1-0 the count. Perry did not show any sign of a bunt there. Myers back at first. McPherson even with a bag at third. The pitch swinging away. Perry fouls it back into the screen. And that evens the count at 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Outfield shaded towards left for Perry. Ohlenberger looking into his catcher Mathis. The right-hander ready, and the 1-1 pitch to Perry. Fastball high, 2-1. Former Sacramento River Cat Marcus Gwynn warming up now in the Salt Lake Bees bullpen, right field. 2 balls, 1 strike. Now Ohlenberger ready, the pitch. Swung on and lined into center field, a base hit. Here comes Johnson being held up at third. His Willett throw is cut off in the middle of the diamond by Corey Myers, but the River Cats now with an opportunity to break this game wide open as they've loaded the bases with nobody out. Nate Espy, the batter. He has walked, singled, and driven in a run in 2 plate appearances. So now here is Espy as Mathis pays a visit to Ohlenberger on the mound, maybe giving Gwynn some time to get ready down in the right field bullpen. So Espy at the plate. He is on the season 1 for 4 batting with the bases loaded. The Sacramento team is hitting .341 coming into tonight with the bases loaded. The Bees lead the league in hitting, yet batting only .238 with the bases loaded this year, and they've had a chance tonight, couldn't do anything with it, and now Brian Harper makes his way out of the first base dugout, which usually means he has the hook with him, and that may be all for Casey Ohlenberger. Although he has not made the move to the pen as of yet, as he brings the entire infield and battery in, and he now takes the ball away from Casey Ohlenberger. So that's going to be all for the Bees right-hander. Marcus Gwynn will come on to pitch. We'll tell you all about him after this 1-minute timeout for a pitching change on ESPN 1230.
My fellow pilots, it's time. What's he talking about? He's always making these big promises. McDonald's makes it easy for you to find fortune. Just check out Disney's Pirates of the Caribbean. Dead Man's Chest now in theaters. Then get a Big Mac sandwich. Peel the tab, find the code, and you could win great riches, like a new Volvo. It's easy to win. Unlock it.
No purchase necessary. Open to legal residents of the U.S., Puerto Rico, and Canada. 13 or older. Game ends 11:59 p.m. Eastern Time, 7:31:06. A while distribution supplies last. Car game ends 11:59 p.m. Eastern Time, 7:31:06. See official rules inside participating McDonald's or at playatmcd.com for complete details. Void where prohibited.
Hey, Bees fans, are you looking for a summer deal and a meal to satisfy your cravings? Stop by Winter Snizzles today for the 2 for $2.22 deal. Chili cheese dog and chili cheeseburger, only $2.22. Hurry in today. And while you're there, don't forget to cool down with the new Tasty Freeze Brownie Freezy. Chewy brownies mixed with creamy vanilla Tasty Freeze.
Here we come.
Top with chocolate syrup. Wiener Schnitzel. It's the official hot dog of the Salt Lake Bees. Wiener Schnitzel, pushing the boundaries of taste.
And go.
So Marcus Quinn comes on to try to put out the fire, his 33rd appearance of the year. In 41 innings, he's given up 41 hits, 25 runs, 20 of them earned. He has struck out 30 and walked 24. Marcus has won one and lost one with a 4.39 earned run average. The PCL is batting .255 against right-hander Marcus Quinn. Cannot close the books on Olenberger. He's responsible for the 3 men on base. So Quinn now facing Espy. And for Nate Espy, he's 0 for 2 with a strikeout against Marcus this year. Again, Quinn, in his 7th professional season, his first outside the Oakland organization. He inherits Johnson at third, McLean at second, and Perry at first. It's already 5-1 Sacramento. And they've loaded the bases here with nobody out. A chance for the River Cats, as we said, to break it wide open. Although the Bees' inability to score runs right now, four runs is already a pretty big lead. Salt Lake has managed to score only 5 runs in the 4 games of this series, and 3 of them came in game 1. So here is Nate Espy with the bases loaded and nobody out here in the bottom of the 5th. Again, Dan Johnson's the runner at third, Scott McLean at second, and Jason Perry at first. Corner men are in a bit, the middle infielders halfway. First pitch from Gwynn, and it's fastball high, ball 1, and Mathis had to climb the step ladder to pull that one in. 1 ball, no strikes the count on Espy. Outfield, deep and around towards left. Now Gwynn from the belt ready, the 1-0. Just missed a little bit low. Ball 2. Gwynn staring back at home plate umpire Paul Chandler, wondering where that one missed. 2 balls, no strikes. No place to put Nate Espy. Now Gwynn ready, the 2-0. Swing and a foul. Back out of play. Two balls, 1 strike to count. 5-1 River Cats here in the bottom of the 5th. River Cats about hit the Bees, 8-4. Gwynn ready, the 2-1. Swung on and sliced down the right field line. That's going to be trouble into the corner. That could clear the bases as Espedo gives chase. Johnson is in. McLean is in. They're going to stop Perry at third. The ball being kicked around by Pavchovich in right, but the runner had been held up. It's a 2-run double, though, for Nate Espy. And now the River Cats lead it 7-1. As the right fielder Espedo was pulled way over into right center field. He had a long way to go to get to that ball. So now runners at second and third. Still nobody out, and it's 7-1 River Cats. You got the feeling that this one could be a real rout. Prior to tonight, the Bees' largest margin of defeat has been 7 runs, believe it or not. Only 7. That was the 8-1 loss to Colorado Springs on the 4th of July at Franklin Covey Field. So here's Baker, who struck out and flied out in 2 plate appearances. The pitch from Gwynn. Into the dirt, good step by Jeff Mathis, ball 1. Those runs, of course, charged to Olenberger. He's still responsible for Perry at third. One ball, no strikes. Gwynn ready, the pitch. Bird ball low, ball 2. 2-0 the count. Seven to 1 Sacramento here in the 5th. Quinn's pitch. Ground ball sharply hit and right through the legs of Pavkovich into right center field. Perry will score. SB stops at third, and it's now an 8-1 ball game. That'll be an error on the second baseman, Pavkovich. No run batted in because Perry was holding his ground at third base and was not going to come in on that ground ball. He did not break for the plate until after the ball had gone through the wickets. So 8-1. Now the run scores right now it's unearned, but that could change depending on what happens the rest of the inning. But that's the last run that can be charged to Casey Olenberger. Here's Charles Thomas, 1 for 2. And the Bees came into this game having committed tied for the second most errors in the league with Memphis. There's a breaking ball low, ball 1. Each team to this point had committed 93 errors. Omaha leads with 97, not a category obviously you want to lead in. The pitch, swinging a ground ball, right side, off the glove of the diving Pavkovich. Into right field, into score. S.B. Baker will take the turn and go to third. It'll be an RBI single for Charles Thomas, and the round is on. It's 9-1 River Cats. And still nobody out. Memphis did not commit an error in their game today. Neither did Omaha. So now the Royals have 97 errors, the Bees 94, and Memphis 93. So runners at first and third. Still nobody out. And this one's getting uglier by the minute. Win ready, the pitch. Into the dirt, gets away from everybody. Mathis can't find it. And now racing all the way to third is Thomas to throw, and it's not going to be in time. It'll be a wild pitch for Marcus Gwynn, and that makes it now a 10-1 ball game, and Mathis didn't find it right away, and so Thomas can go all the way from first to third. Now for Marcus, that is the 14th wild pitch this season. That's a career high. And that, I believe, is also a franchise record 14th wild pitch, breaking the tie that he had with Sean Bryant, who had 13 in 1994. So now it is a 10-1 ball game, a runner at third, and still nobody out. The 1-0 to Beatty is down low, ball 2. I think all the runs now off of Olenberger are earned. Now the 2-0 pitch. Swing, a little tap foul to the left of home plate, and the count's 2-1. Baker's run, though, will be unearned because he reached on the error. Five runs across here in the fifth. There's a swing and a tap foul again behind home plate, and the count's even at 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, nobody out. Infield in all the way around. As the 2-2 comes home, swing, a little tap foul to the right of home plate. Still 2-2. So the Bees are apparently going, unless they have this huge final 4 innings and discover their offense, they're going to wind up being swept by the River Cats. The 2-2. Swing and a miss to the pitch in the dirt. He struck him out. First strikeout for Gwynn, the third for Bees pitching in the ball game, and there's one out here in the fifth. Brings up Mike Rouse, who has flied out, singled, and scored a run in the third. Walked in the fourth. Iowa and Albuquerque are going to the 14th inning in the Duke City, still tied 3-3. Iowa trying to win their 8th in a row and maintain their 3-game deficit against Nashville, which won earlier today. There's a fastball high, ball one. Albuquerque, on the other hand, they've lost 4 in a row and 9 out of their last 10 and have fallen 13 and a half games behind front-running Round Rock in the American South. Now the 1-ball pitch to Rouse, but time called first. New Orleans second in the league. They're second in that division, 12 and a half back. 1 ball, no strikes the count on Rouse. The pitch. There's a broken bat looper into right center field, a base hit. In from third, Thomas scores. Mike Rouse an RBI single, and now it's an 11-1 ball game. Rouse drives in his 35th run, and that'll bring up Iram Bocachica, who's 0 for 2 with a walk. Now, normally in this situation, I might say something about this could be one of those games where you see a position player pitch, but the Bees don't have any extra available position players tonight. As a matter of fact, Dallas McPherson is only scheduled to play 7 innings. They're going to lose the designated hitter. There's a swing and a foul back, strike one, and when Elward comes in, Curtis Pride hurting just a bit. And so he will likely not play, although he could pinch hit. Same for Nick Corneau. When the pitcher's turn comes up. No balls, 1 strike. Now Gwynn's pitch. In at the knees, a strike, and it's 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. A 6-run 5th inning. The first 6 batters all reaching without an out, and all eventually coming around to score here. River Cats lead 11-1. Bocachica takes low and outside. Ball 1 to the right-hand batter. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Looks like for the second straight year, the season series will wind up in an 8-8 tie. 1 ball, 2 strikes, the pitch. Swing and a miss to the fastball. Actually, foul tipped it into the glove of catcher Jeff Mathis for the strikeout, and there's 2 down here in the 5th. That'll bring up Dan Johnson, who started this inning off with a single to right field. Second inning in the game in which the River Cats have batted around. And the tone for this game may have been set early on by the Bees offense, not by Sacramento. The pitch on the way, low for a ball, 1-0, as they had many opportunities to score in the first 3 innings, but left 7 runners on base. Now Gwynn ready, the 1-0. Down low, ball 2. 2-0 the count on Johnson. And again, the Bees a little short-handed everywhere, so Marcus is going to have to try to hang with them out there for a while. There's a pitch way outside, ball 3. 3-0 the count on Johnson. Three balls, no strikes to the left-hand batter. The pitch for Marcus Gwynn. Fastball down the middle is striking at 3-1. Johnson, a 7th-round pick in 01 out of the University of Nebraska. Probably didn't think he'd be coming back to AAA, but was hitting only .237 for Oakland and well under 200 for the last 9 or 10 days. Here's a line drive and a catch by Pavkovich at second, taking a hit away, getting up on his tiptoes to steal that line drive from Dan Johnson. But 6 runs across for Sacramento in the inning on 3, 4, 5 hits, 1 error, and 1 runner was left on base. As we go to the 6th, it's now Sacramento 11, the Bees 1 on ESPN 1230.
Introducing Papa John's new Sizzlin' Fajita Pizza with onions and peppers, a new Southwestern pizza sauce. Choose marinated steak or grilled chicken for only $11.99. A large Sizzlin' Fajita Pizza, just $11.99. Call now or order online at PapaJohns.com. Play 100 Sizzlin' Days of Summer at PapaJohns.com for a chance to win a Chrysler Crossfire. See store or website for details. Limited delivery area charges may apply.
Better ingredients, better pizza, Papa John's.
Let's face it, life's full of little dings and dents, particularly when you or your teenager are driving. At Abra Auto Body and Glass, we realize not every fender bender requires a lengthy dialogue with an insurance agent. To keep your insurance premiums down, it's sometimes better to handle a repair on your own, especially when the damage is mostly just a cosmetic annoyance. Bring your dinged and dented vehicle to Abra and let us help you and your family get the quality repair you need at a price you can afford. We've been at it for over 20 years, and with the best trained technicians in the industry, we can make your car sparkle like it did before you or your teenager had an unfortunate mishap. So, even when you are not submitting an insurance claim, let Abra work with you to get an affordable, quality repair with a lifetime warranty. Auto Body Repair of America.
Here we come.
America's most recommended. Call 1-888-USA-ABRA to schedule an immediate appointment.
Go.
All right, we go to the 6th inning, 11-1 Sacramento. It'll be Adam Pavkovich, Darren Blakely, and Jason Espedo due up against left-hander Randy Kiesler, who can pretty much put it into cruise control now. As the River Cats lead by a score of 11-1. Time now for our 6th inning update of the Abra scoreboard. As the pitch to Pavkovich is high, ball 1. Adam has doubled and scored in the 2nd inning, walked in the 3rd. Now the line by Kiesler, the 1-0. Pavkovich takes off, speeding over for a strike, 1-1. They're going to the bottom of the 14th at Albuquerque. Still Iowa 3 and the Isotopes 3. Round Rock at New Orleans tied 8-8 in the 12th. There's a pitch, change up high, 2-1 the count on Pavkovich. Omaha edged Oklahoma today, 5-4, despite the 11th home run of the year for former Buzzman Chad Allen for Oklahoma. Or rather for Omaha. Now the 2-1 pitch. Outside, 3-1 the count. At Colorado Springs, the Sky Sox got 2 home runs from Jeff Baker to defeat Fresno 8-4. Jose Acevedo over former Stinger Brian Cooper. The 3-1 pitch, Pavkovich pops it up foul. First base side out of play, and that fills the count at 3-2. Tucson at Las Vegas in triple-digit temperatures, 4-3. That was a noon start in Las Vegas. The game time temperature was 107. Portland came from behind to edge Tacoma 4-3 with a couple of runs in the bottom of the 7th inning. Now the 3-2. Ground ball, and that's fair. Inside the bag at third. It rolls down the left field line into the corner. Charles Thomas gives chase. And Pavkovich takes the turn at first and heads into second base with a leadoff double. So Adam with his second 2-bagger of the game and his 9th of the year. Hit number 5 for Salt Lake, and that'll bring up Darren Blakely, who's 0 for 2. Grounded into an inning-ending fielder's choice his last time up. Has Sedano warming up in the Sacramento bullpen. Nashville broke a 3-all tie with 3 runs in the 8th to defeat the Redbirds 6-3. Now the pitch. Blakely lines one into left center, but on the run, Thomas is there, jumps up and makes the catch. Almost ran across short of that ball, but jumped up at the last minute to haul it in, and that's out number 1. Brings up Jason Espino, who's been up twice, reached twice, but does not have an official at bat. Walked in the second, was hit by a pitch in the fourth inning. Again, all of the games complete in the major leagues. The pitch. Curveball, strike 0-1. Jeter and A-Rod homered for New York. The Yankees beat the White Sox 6-4. A.J. Pierzynski, the former Salt Lake catcher, goes deep for Chicago. Now the 0-1. Swing and a tap foul up the first base side. The White Sox head into their series at Detroit, 4.5 games behind the Tigers as they got some help from Kansas City. The Royals beat Detroit 9-6. For Kansas City's first win in 14 tries against Detroit. Toronto in 11 innings at Seattle 4-3. Now the 0-2. Curveball just outside, 1-2 the count on Espino. Baltimore blank Texas 4-0. Oakland routed Boston 8-1, so the A's now with sole possession of first place again in the American League East, or American League West rather. One up on Texas and a game and a half ahead of the Angels. The 1-2 pitch, Espino swings and fouls it off back into the left of home plate. It's still 1-2. Minnesota top Cleveland 5-2. The Angels over Tampa Bay 7-5 again. Howie Kendrick 3 for 4, 2 RBI, including the game winner in the 8th inning. He later scored the insurance run. Now the 1-2 pitch, Espino swings and grounds one foul up the first base side. In the National League, Houston had a 3-0 lead halfway through their game at Florida, but before all was said and done, the Marlins roared back and beat the Astros 9-3. At Cincinnati, the Reds scored 5 times in the 8th to beat Colorado 6-4. Former Buzzman Eddie Guardado picks up his third save since joining the Reds. The 1-2 again. Espino hits a ground ball right side, fielded near the bag by the first baseman Johnson, who steps on the sack for the out. Mafkovich advances to third on the play. 2 down. That'll bring up Reggie Willits, who has struck out twice and walked in his 3 plate appearances. Washington scored 4 runs in the 11th to beat Pittsburgh 8-4. St. Louis walloped the Dodgers 11-3. Braves won their 5th straight, winning at San Diego 10-5. One of the supposed ace of the Padres staff, Jake Peavy, having a rough year, going 4-9. So runner at third base, 2 outs. The pitch to Willits. A curveball low, ball 1. Phillies snap a 2-2 tie with a 4-run 8th to beat the Giants 6-2. Milwaukee doubled up the Diamondbacks in Phoenix 10-5. And the Mets beat the Cubs 13-7, 11 of those runs coming in the 6th inning. Willits fouls a fastball back, and the count's even at 1-1. Cliff Floyd and Carlos Beltran each had a grand slam in that inning. David Wright, a 2-run home run in that inning. Here it's 11-1 Sacramento. Now the 1-1 to Willits. Swung on, a looping liner over the glove of the second baseman Beatty into right field for an RBI single from Reggie Willits as Adam Pavkovich strolls in from third to make it an 11-2 ball game. And Pavkovich has doubled twice, and he has scored both Salt Lake runs. Willits drives in his 37th of the year. That'll bring up Casey Smith, who's 1 for 2. Picked up a run batted in when he was hit by a pitch with the bases loaded. Back in the 2nd inning when it was still a game. Casey swings and pops it up foul. First base side out of play, strike 1. It was a 1-1 game, but the River Cats scored 4 runs in the 3rd and added 6 more in the 5th to break it open. Albuquerque did not score in the bottom of the 14th, so that game is headed to the 15th inning at Isotopes Park. No balls, 1 strike the count on Smith as Kiesler delivers. Willits takes off. The pitch is high, no play on Willits. Just trying to get into scoring position. But they are going to give Willits a stolen base, his 23rd. Moves him into a tie with Shin-Soo Chu of Tacoma, Jermaine Clark of Nashville, and Charlton Jimerson of Round Rock for 3rd in the league as Smith swings and misses, and the count's 1-2. Eleven to 2 now in favor of Sacramento. Now Kiesler ready. The 1-2. Casey Smith lines one. Short hop by Rouse out at shortstop. The throw to first in time to get Casey by a step. And that retires the side. 1 run on 2 hits. No errors. And 1 runner was left on base as we go to the bottom of the 6th. It's Sacramento 11 and the Bees 2 on ESPN 1230.
Somebody must have been in an accident that wasn't their fault. Keith Barton just hit that one out of the park.
I'm Keith Barton, and I know when you've been injured in an accident, you need an attorney that will go to bat for you and get you the money you deserve. You need the money quick because you have bills to pay. So the next time you're in an accident, you know what to do. Call in the big hitter. That's me, Keith Barton. It's just that easy to pick up the phone and call us at our new number, 801-IT'S-EASY.
Hershey's presents the Soul to Soul 2 Tour, starring Tim McGraw and Faith Hill. It's been 6 long years. Now the wait is over. By overwhelming demand, a second show added. Saturday night, August 5th at Delta Center. Tim McGraw and Faith Hill in the round. It combines over 60 million records sold and 35 #1 singles. Electrifying performances by Tim and Faith in the concert event of the year. 2 superstars, 1 stage. A night you'll never forget. Tickets are on sale now at the Delta Center box office. Ticketmaster charged.
Here we come.
At Ticketmaster.com. Saturday night, August 5th at Delta Center. Don't miss Tim McGraw and Faith Hill. Presented by Hershey.
Produced by AEG Live and Outback Concerts.
More Salt Lake Bees baseball coming up on ESPN 1238.
Go. We go now to the bottom of the 6th inning, 11-2 Sacramento. It'll be Scott McLean, Jason Perry, and Nate Espy to face right-hander Marcus Quinn. McLean has walked in the 2nd, an RBI single in the 3rd, hit by a pitch and scored in the 5th. It won't likely happen in this game, but otherwise be on the lookout for the Geico Insurance run of the game. The first time after the 5th inning, the Bees score a run to add to a lead. Geico Insurance will donate $25 to the Air Force Fund. Check your yellow pages to call your local Geico office today as the pitch is fouled off, strike 1. So far this season, there have been 39 Geico Insurance runs, making the total donation $975. Quinn ready in the 0-1 pitch. Swinging a ground ball towards the hole and through into left field, a base hit. So Scott McLean now 2 for 2 in the ball game. That'll bring up Jason Perry, who's 1 for 3 with a run batted in and a run scored. It's 11-2 in favor of the River Cats. Most runs given up by the Bees this year is 14. They've done it twice. Falling at home to Oklahoma on the 20th of May, 14-8, and beating Tacoma at home on May 30th, 15-14. First pitch, high and away, ball 1, as Mathis quickly had to come out of his crouch to pull that one back in. 1 ball, no strikes the count on Jason Perry. Quinn's pitch into the dirt. Good stop by Mathis, ball 2. Again, Chris Buchek up in the Bees bullpen. Again, Quinn with a wild pitch last inning. His 14th of the year, and that's a franchise record for one season, and he's done that in just over well, 42 innings now. 2-0 delivery. Swing and a miss. Strike one. 2-1 the count. Again, Sean Bryant had the old mark at 13. Set that in 1994. The pitch. Swinging a double play ball to short. Smith has it. Shovels to Papkovich for one. Is relayed to first in plenty of time for the double play. 6-4-3 double play. The Bees have now turned 3 double plays in this game, although that was the first traditional double play on a ground ball. The others have been a strike him out, throw him out double play, and the other came on an infield pop-up in which the runner was going, and Charles Thomas never looked back until it was too late. So now here's Nate Espy, a 2-run double his last time up. He's driven 3 runs this game. The first pitch misses low and away, ball one. Just looking at the numbers now, there's only been 7 times as a pitcher thrown 10 or more wild pitches in a season. Swing and a miss, and the count's 1-1. Marcus with 14 this year. Bryant with 13 in 94. Mark Redmond 12 in 97. Bart Miotich had 12 wild pitches in both 2002 and in 2003. Elvin Nina had 10 in 2001, and Phil Stidham had 10 in 1996. There's a pitch driven in the air to right center field. Willett's on the run, still going back. It's out of here, a home run. Nate Espy with his 8th home run of the year, and that makes it a 12-2 ball game. And Espy now is driven in 4 runs. So that's the second home run of the game for the River Cats. Dan Johnson had the other. So now here is John Baker 0 for 3. Well, 12-2 River Cats as they've regained their 10-run lead. The pitch, strike at the knees, 0-1 the count on Baker. Now Gwynn from the belt ready, the 0-1. Change up outside, and that evens the count at 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. And for the Bees, this would be their 5th consecutive road loss, and that would be the season's longest road losing streak. Change up high, 2-1. They obviously currently on a 4-gamer. They also had that 4-game series sweep at Tucson, winning before and after that particular series. Now the 2-1 pitch. Baker swings and clubs one to center. Willett's going back. It's up there, it's out there, and that one is gone at the base of the batter's eye in center field. John Baker with his 4th home run of the year, and now it is 13-2 Sacramento. Now the River Cats go back-to-back with 2 outs here in the 6th inning. Brings up Charles Thomas, who's 2 for 3. Just checking the notes here. I see Sacramento has other back-to-backs. Here's Charles Thomas, 2 for 3. Swing. And a foul. Strike 1, back into the glove of the catcher, Mathis. Iowa did not score in the top of the 15th inning at Albuquerque. That game 3-3. Now the pitch. Swinging a foul back to the base of the screen. The count's 0-2. These 2 home runs are the 4th and 5th surrendered by Marcus this year. And Chris Butchek up in the Bees bullpen. Now the 0-2 pitch to Thomas. Popped him up into shallow left, going out Smith. Blakely coming in. Darren says, I've got it, and he takes it to retire the side. 2 more runs on the back-to-back home runs by Espy and Baker. 3 hits, nobody left on base as we go to the 7th. It's Sacramento 13 and the Bees 2 on ESPN 1230.
Hey, guys.
Yeah?
I'm not feeling too good.
Oh, you're looking a tad green for a raccoon.
I think it might be the taco burrito I ate.
What?
Why? It was cheap.
Well, you're paying for it now.
Oh.
Why eat junk at night when you can go to Wendy's? We make everything fresh right when you order, like our new 99-cent crispy chicken sandwich. That's right, all white meat chicken for just 99 cents.
Oh.
Why didn't you just go to Wendy's?
Not too bright.
Oh.
Make it a Wendy's night and do what tastes right till 2 a.m. Prices and participation may vary.
Mountains West Ranches Recreational Properties has beautiful recreational and cabin properties conveniently located by Starvation Reservoir. They offer 5, 10, 20, 40, and 80-acre or larger parcels at reasonable pricing with guaranteed access and simple, easy owner, low-down, low monthly financing. There's an abundance of wildlife, including deer and elk, that roam the property year-round. There are endless ATV trails, snowmobiling, hiking, boating, camping, fishing, horseback riding, spectacular views, and so much more. But most of all, you'll escape the rat race of the city and enjoy sheer peace, quiet, rest, and relaxation. Call us to schedule your appointment, 1-877-894-5658. Or check our website.
Here we come.
MWRanches.com. Mountains West Ranches, where the air is clean, the skies are blue, the water is clear, and the magnificent views are waiting there for you to enjoy.
And go.
We go to the 7th inning. It's 13-2 in favor of Sacramento. It'll be Jeff Mathis, Dallas McPherson, and Mike Elward due up to face right-hander Kazuhito Tadano. Tadano making his 15th appearance of the year, his 12th out of the bullpen in 31 2/3 innings. He's given up 49 hits, 30 runs, 29 of them earned. He has struck out 33 and walked 12. Tadano 0-2 with an 8.24 earned run average. The PCL batting .350 against right-hander Kazuhito Tadano. So Tadano coming in a 13-2 ball game. To face Mathis, McPherson, and Elward. Randy Kiesler went 6 innings, gave up 6 hits, 6 runs. Both were earned, walked 3, struck out 6, hit 2 batters, and threw 1 wild pitch. So Tadano making his 3rd appearance against Salt Lake. He's given up 1 run on 4 hits in 3 2/3 innings this year. Jeff Mathis, 1 for 3, lined out to 3rd his last time up. The first pitch, a breaking ball in the dirt, ball 1. Tadano, 6 feet 180 out of Tokyo, 26 years old. Now the pitch, just a little bit low, ball 2. 2-0 the count. Now the wind, and the right-hander deals. Strike at the knees, 2-1. Time now for the Zions Bank 7th inning game summary for Sacramento. 13 runs on 14 hits. No errors. The Bees 2 runs, 6 hits, and 1 error. The Bees have left 9 runners on base, 7 through the first 3 innings, while the River Cats have stranded 5. The 2-1 pitch. Down low, ball 3. 3-1 the count on Mathis. Tadano with a bright red glove winds the 3-1. Mathis, a little bad handle looper towards second, fielded on 1 hop, takes a crazy bounce. Beatty gets it and throws it away. That'll be a throwing error on the second baseman Beatty. A little spinning floater off the bad handle of Mathis. The ball landed in front of Beatty, took a right turn, left to Beatty. He lunged out to get it, had time, but rushed his throw and bounced it past Dan Johnson. So here's Dallas McPherson, 1 for 3. Tadano making his first appearance in nearly 2 weeks. His last outing was on the 5th of July. Gave up 2 runs on 4 hits in 1 inning at Fresno. So runner at first base on the error. The pitch, and McPherson fouls it back. Strike 1. 0-1 the count. (13-2) Sacramento here in the 7th. We'll give you the line in just a moment. The pitch. McPherson swings. It's a deep drive to right, but it's got a hook on it, and it hooks foul. So the count's 0-2. Sacramento 1 in the 2nd, 4 in the 3rd, 6 in the 5th, and 2 in the 6th. The Bees with 1 run in the 2nd and 1 in the 6th inning. The Bees' 7th inning game summary brought to you by Zions Bank. At Zions Bank, they haven't forgotten who keeps them in business. The pitch, swinging a foul back. Remains 0-2. Adam Pavkovich 2 for 2 with a pair of doubles, and he has scored both Salt Lake runs. So 2 strikes the count on McPherson. Mathis not being held on first, as you might imagine. The pitch high and inside, 1-2 with an 11-run lead. They're not going to worry about the base runner. 1 ball, 2 strikes the count on McPherson. Now Kiesler's pitch, swinging a chopper foul up the first base side. Still 1-2. So 1 ball, 2 strikes the count on Dallas. With the Bees trailing 13-2. Now Kiesler's pitch, or swinging a foul, Tadano's pitch, I should say. A final in 13 innings. New Orleans beat Round Rock 10-9. That game was 6-1 Round Rock. There's a curveball, strike 3 called up the knees. McPherson caught looking and has something to say to home plate umpire Paul Chandler on his way back to the dugout, 1 away. Brings up Mike Elward 0 for 3. New Orleans, though, scored 3 in the 8th and 2 in the 9th to tie it up at 6. Round Rock scored 2 in the top of the 11th. New Orleans scored 2 in the bottom. Round Rock scored 1 in the top of the 12th. New Orleans scored 1 in the bottom, and finally got their own run in the 13th inning. And New Orleans beats Round Rock 10-9. There's a strike call to Elward. So there's only one other game besides this one still going on. Iowa and Albuquerque are tied at 3 in the bottom of the 15th inning. There's a pitch high and inside. Spins Elward out of the way. 1 ball, 1 strike. Then Albuquerque and Round Rock will be coming in to Franklin Covey Field in early August. The 1-1 pitch, Elward takes downstairs, ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike. That series at home will come right after the Bees make the Tennessee 2-step to Memphis and Nashville. The pitch, Elward grounds one up the middle. Diving effort by Beatty, but it squirts under his glove into center field. And Elward is aboard on a single. Mathis takes second. Beatty diving to his right, got a glove on it, but could not corral it. So now Salt Lake with runners at first and second, 1 out. And the batter will be Corey Myers, who's 0 for 3, grounded out to short his last time up. Again, the Bees haven't had a shortage of base runners tonight. They just haven't been able to do very much with them. 9 left on base through 6. So 2 on, 1 out. The pitch to Myers, a slow grounder to third. McLean charges, gloves, throws to second for 1, back over to first, and they get the double play to retire the side. 5-4-3 double play. No runs. 1 hit, 1 error, and 1 runner left. 7th inning stretch time brought to you by America First Credit Union. As we go to the bottom of the 7th inning, for any financial needs, come to America First Credit Union, where members come first. After 6.5, it's Sacramento 13, the Bees 2 on ESPN 1230.
If you're renting, you're putting money directly into someone else's pocket. America First Credit Union has a variety of mortgage options to help you invest in a new home and build a solid financial future for you and your family. You can tailor your loan to your situation and your budget with low monthly payments. Visit AmericaFirst.com or stop by any America First Credit Union branch today. At America First Credit Union, members come first. Member NCUA, Equal Housing and Opportunity Lender.
Attention motorcycle and ATV riders. Dreaming of a new Yamaha motorcycle or ATV? Well, stop dreaming and start heading to Plaza Cycle for the huge Yamaha Get Out of Ride sales event. Because right now, you can get payments as low as $39 a month for 24 months with zero down on a huge selection of new Yamaha motorcycles, ATVs, side-by-sides, and scooters. You heard right, payments as low as $39 a month. Plus, zero down for 2 full years on a new Yamaha. So get to Plaza Cycle today for the huge Get Out of Ride sales event. Because an offer this good won't last. Plaza Cycle, 1379 West, 3300 South, in the heart of Salt Lake Valley. Plaza Cycle, walk in, right out. On the Yamaha cars, subject to credit approval for 83106 on select new Yamaha motorcycles.
Here we come.
ATV, side-by-sides, and scooters, as low as $39 monthly payments, 24 months at 8.9% APR for announced financial for $4,800 with account debt direct. Thereafter, the standard rate is 12.99% and 2.9% APR price. Default rate is 24.99%. Minimum finance charge $1. See dealer for ATV age restrictions. Yamaha recommends all 3 credit scores. Call 1-800-872-887.
And go.
We head to the bottom of the 7th inning. Chris Buchek comes on for the Bees, making his 27th appearance of the year, his 22nd out of the pen. In 44 innings, he's given up 60 hits, 40 runs, 35 of them earned. He has struck out 22 and walked 25. Chris has won 3 and lost 2 with a 7.16 ERA. The PCL batting, .335 against the big 6'5", 200-pound right-hander. Native of LaPorte, Indiana. Marcus Gwynn, a rough 2 innings. He gave up 6 hits, 5 runs, 4 of them earned. He struck out 2 and did not walk a batter. Threw 1 wild pitch and gave up a pair of home runs. So it'll be the top of the order. Andrew Beatty, Mike Rouse, and Iram Bocachica. For the River Cats here in the 7th, they lead it 13-2. And prior to tonight, or leading into tonight, the Bees had not lost a game by more than 7 runs all year. There's a swing and a roller to the right side, gobbled up by Pavkovich. The step and the throw to first. 1 pitch, 1 away here in the 7th inning. That'll bring up Mike Rouse, who's 2 for 3 with a run scored and a run batted in. Iowa and Albuquerque still going. They're now in the top of the 16th inning. Tied 3-3. So now here's Mike Rouse. Chris Buchek on the mound. Has pitched much better of late. There's a fastball strike, 0-1. Giving up only 1 run in his last 5 appearances, totaling 7 innings. Now the 0-1 pitch. Inside a ball, 1-1 the count. Picked up the win on July 9th. Made him the all-time winningest pitcher in franchise history. Gave up a hit, no runs with a couple of walks here on Thursday in the first game back after the break. The 1-1 pitch is sliced foul, out of play, deep down the left field side, and the count on Rouse is 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes to the left-handed hitter. Now the pitch. Fastball up and in, 2-2, so it would appear that the River Cats are going to go over the 500 mark for the first time since June 18th when they were 36-35. Now the 2-2 pitch. High and outside, 3-2. Conversely, it would appear the Bees are going to drop to 14 games above 500. Last time they were as few as 14 games above 500 was on the 27th of June when they were 46-32. As Rouse pops one foul, back it out of play. So we'll do it again at 3 balls and 2 strikes. And the Bees hope to start fresh tomorrow in Fresno. 3-2 pitch on the way. Strike 3 called on a breaking ball in the inside corner at the knees. Rouse can't believe it, but home plate umpire Paul Chandler says that's the 13-2, 11-run differential. I've got an early flight to the morning strike zone. So 2 outs, nobody on. That'll bring up Iram Bocachica, who's 0 for 3 with a walk and a run scored. Everyone in the River Cat lineup has scored at least once in this game. So 2 out, nobody on base. The pitch. High ball 1, 1-0 the count. Found a new great place for breakfast here in Sacramento this morning, and it's been all downhill since. Just one of those games, something the Bees haven't had very many of this year. There's a pitch low and outside. As I mentioned, they haven't lost a game by more than 7. There were a few games where they were behind big and came back to make it close. But nothing like this one. Now the 2-0 pitch to Bocachica. Swing and a miss at a fastball, 2-1. Iowa did not score in the top of the 16th. That game 3-3 going to the bottom of the 16th inning. Two balls, 1 strike, time call. And Fresno today gaining the services of Lance Necro, but losing Chad Santos to a call-up as Bocachica fouls the 2-1 back, and the count's even at 2-2. Again tomorrow, Stephen Shell goes for the Bees against former Buzz pitcher Matt Kinney. There's a pitch fouled back. I'm sure you all remember the great piece of trivia about Matt, the fact that his Little League coach was famous mystery author Stephen King. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Bocachica. Tuesday, it'll be right-hander Jesse Smith making his Triple-A debut. Here's a swing and a chopper over the mound behind second base. Backhanded by Paskovich. Turns and throws, but has no chance to get Bocachica, who reaches on the infield single. Hit number 15 for the River Cats. Wednesday, it'll be Nate Bland at 3-3 against right-hander Nick Pereira. And then it'll be Jonathan Rauenhorst on Thursday against lefty Patrick Misch. Now the pitch, fastball low, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. Jesse Smith, the youngster, who's going to be making the start on Tuesday for the Bees. As Johnson swings and pops it up foul. Third base side, McPherson near the railing has room, and he'll make the catch to retire the side. No runs, 1 hit. 1 runner left on base. As we go to the 8th, it's Sacramento 13 and the Bees 2 on ESPN 1230.
Whether you need a new refrigerator or you want to redecorate the family room, you'll find exactly what you need at R.C. Willey. Of course, you know that R.C. Willey has the area's largest selection of furniture, major appliances, flooring, and electronics. But you may not know that R.C. Willey also has everything you need to relax or entertain outdoors. Choose from a large variety of patio sets, lawn mowers, and barbecue grills. This season, R.C. Willey has everything you need for your home and patio. R.C. Willey, one place, so many possibilities.
Zions Bank has absolutely free checking. This means it's absolutely free of hidden fees.
Our absolutely free checking comes with absolutely free unlimited check writing and absolutely free online banking and bill pay. All this along with a Visa credit card, an absolutely free Visa debit card, and enrollment in Zion's Cash Rewards. We appreciate you, so we want to absolutely free you from hassle with all our absolutely free branches and ATMs available throughout both Utah and Idaho. After all, when all is said and done, the best things in life are, well, family, love, and sharing. Because although our absolutely free checking is absolutely fantastic, hopefully it's not absolutely the best thing in your life.
Hi, I'm Tom Green, branch manager at the Zions Bank Freeway office. Right now, when you open a free checking,
Here we come.
absolutely free box of checks.
Zions Bank member FDIC, equal housing lender. Some restrictions apply. See branch for details. Credit approval required to obtain Visa credit card.
Now more Salt Lake Beach baseball on ESPN 1230 AM. Here's Steve Kraut.
Go.
All right, we go to the eighth inning. It'll be Kazuhito Tadano on the mound for his second inning for Sacramento. He'll face Adam Pavkovich, Darren Blakely, and Jason Espedo. Pavkovich 2 for 2 with a pair of doubles, and he has scored both Salt Lake runs. So Pavkovich to lead it off against Tadano. Just a reminder, if you're between the ages of 8 and 13, you can help me call the action live from the press box as the Great Clips Junior broadcaster. Enter to win at any Wasatch Front Great Clips location. Relax. It's Great Clips. First pitch to Pavkovich. A fastball up and into the right-hand batter. Ball one. Jesse Smith, who'll come up from AA Arkansas to make his first AAA start on Tuesday in Fresno. Pitch on the way. Strike called, and the count is 1-1. Smith, 6'2", 210 out of Lincoln, Nebraska. In his fourth professional season. Pitch, breaking ball, strike 1 and 2 out of Illinois Valley Community College. 6 and 8 right now for Arkansas with a couple of complete games and a 4.28 earned run average. 1-2 pitch on the way. Curveball low, 2 and 2. 107 innings pitched. He has struck out 57, walked 41. So he'll get the start on Tuesday against Matt Palmer. Now the 2-2 pitch. Pavkovich pops it up foul. Third base side and out of play. Kenny has 2 doubles in the game, does Pavkovich. That's a season high for anybody on the ball club. There have been several who have had 2 doubles in a game. The franchise record for doubles in one game is 4, as Pavkovich takes one in the dirt. And that fills the count at 3 and 2. It's been done 4 times. Todd Walker did it twice. The current Chicago Cub infielder did it at Las Vegas on July 17th, 1996. He did it at Calgary on June 30th of 1997. Curtis Pride did it against Portland at home on July 26th of 2004, and Adam Riggs did it against Omaha on August 7th, 2004. Pavkovich hits a 2-hopper to second, Beatty up with it, and the throw to first in plenty of time for the out. 1 away, that'll bring up Darren Blakely. Blakely 0 for 3. Right out to left field his last time up. Got the feeling I wouldn't be surprised that we eventually see former Stinger, now back in the Angels organization, Nathan Haynes, come up from AA Arkansas. There's a pitch, a strike, 0-1. The team is in need of some outfielders, if that is indeed the case later on. He's batting .271, of course, holds the franchise record with a 24-game hitting streak. Blakely swings and he fouls it back just above the press box to our left. 0-2 the count on Blakely. Brandon Wood, the young, highly regarded prospect, as Blakely taps one foul behind home plate. Batting .287 for the Travelers. He has 34 doubles already, 2 triples, 19 homers, 61 runs batted in, but he has also struck out 115 times this year. Now the 0-2 again to Blakely, and it's low and outside to the left-hand batter. Ball 1. 1-2 the count. Chris Hunter, the youngster out of the Provo area, struggling this year. He missed some time due to injury. He is 2-9 right now in 16 starts at Arkansas with an ERA over 7. Here's a pitch, grounded foul at the first base side, and the count holds at 1-2. And a pitcher of the future that I probably wouldn't want to rush up at this point, Jose Arredondo. 3 starts and a 2-0 record for the Travelers. 1 ball, 2 strikes, the pitch to Blakely. Swing and a miss at a breaking ball. He struck him out. Second time that Darren's gone down swinging in the ball game, and with that, there's 2 outs here in the 8th inning. Strikeout number 8 for Sacramento pitching in the ball game. That'll bring up Jason Espedo, who's walked, been hit by a pitch, and grounded out to first base. So 2 outs. Nobody on base. The pitch. Down low. Ball 1. Want to know the count on Espedo? Arkansas Double-A struggling right now as the pitch is in for a strike, 1-1. 36-57, their overall record. One ball, 1 strike, the pitch. Espedo takes low and away, ball 2. 2-1 the count. Iowa and Albuquerque now in the 17th inning. Now the 2-1 pitch. Strike on the outside corner at the knees, 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes. Now Tadano's pitch. Curveball just inside, 3-2. That came in the 17th inning, but has a long way to go to be the longest game in the PCL this year, back on May 5th, and completed on the 6th. New Orleans and Nashville went 24 innings before New Orleans won it 5-4. There's a swing and a pop foul, third base side, out of play, and the count remains full on Espedo at 3-2. New Orleans also has had a 16-inning game this year, but they had that 24-inning game at Nashville, so a long way to go for Iowa and Albuquerque to catch up to that. Not that I don't think they'd want to. The 3-2 pitch, Espedo swings and misses at an off-speed pitch. He struck him out as Tadano had him fooled and out in front of it. 3 up, 3 down, no runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left as we go to the bottom of the 8th. Sacramento 13, the Bees 2 on ESPN 1230.
Somebody must have been in an accident that wasn't their fault. Because Keith Barton just hit that one out of the park.
I'm Keith Barton, and I know when you've been injured in an accident, you need an attorney that will go to bat for you and get you the money you deserve. You need the money quick because you have bills to pay. So the next time you're in an accident, you know what to do. Call in the big hitter. That's me, Keith Barton. It's just that easy to pick up the phone and call us at our new number, 801-IT'S-EASY.
Hershey's presents the Soul to Soul 2 Tour, starring Tim McGraw and Faith Hill. It's been 6 long years. Now the wait is over.
By overwhelming demand, a second show added. Saturday night, August 5th at Delta Center.
Tim McGraw and Faith Hill in the round. A combined over 60 million records sold and 35 #1 singles. Electrifying performances by Tim and Faith in the concert event of the year. 2 superstars, 1 stage. A night you'll never forget.
Tickets are on sale now at the Delta Center.
Here we come.
Master. Charge by phone or get them at Ticketmaster.com. Saturday night, August 5th at Delta Center.
Don't miss Tim McGraw and Faith Hill.
Presented by Hershey. Produced by AEG Live and Outback Concerts.
And go.
All right, we go now to the bottom of the 8th inning. Again, Dallas McPherson has come out of the ball game. Mike Elward is at third. And so right now in Dallas McPherson's spot is the pitcher, Chris Buchek, and he would be due up fourth in the ninth inning. But both Curtis Pride and Nick Corneau would be available to hit. McPherson goes 1 for 4. He was scheduled to go 7 innings tonight. As part of his rehab assignment, the 1-0 to McLean down low. Ball 2. Scott McLean, 2 for 2. He's also walked and been hit by a pitch down at Albuquerque. Luis Montañez has hit a 2-run home run in the top of the 17th inning to give Iowa a 5-3 lead over the Isotopes. McLean, it's a long drive to left. If it stays fair, it's trouble. And it is a foul ball. Whew. He put a charge into that one, but had just enough hook on it to miss wide of the left field foul pole. So the count on McLean, 2 balls, 1 strike. The pitch. Fastball downstairs, ball 3. Chris Buchek into his second inning of relief. The Olenberger, the starter, went 4 innings plus 3 batters. 3-1 pitch, swung on. McLean hit that one to center field. Well, it's going back. It's up there. It's out there, and it barely hit. It has gone a home run. Excuse me. I thought maybe it hit the top of the wall the way it carried back, but it hit the brick building behind the wall. Scott McLean with his 16th home run of the year, and now it is a 14-2 ball game. So that is the 4th home run of the game for the River Cats. Now here's Jason Perry. For Buchek, that is the 7th home run that he has given up. Pitch on the way. Fastball, belled high in the outside corner for a strike. 0-1 the count. So now the 14 runs equals the most given up by the Bees this year. It's happened twice before, as we mentioned. One, though, came in a win. There's a pitch in at the knees, a strike, and it's 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. Now Buchek ready. The wind and the 0-2 pitch. Fouled off. A fastball to the left of home plate. That's headed into one of the suites here at Raley Field. So the count on Perry remains 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes the pitch. Up high a ball, 1-2. Again, the Bees head into Fresno tomorrow, where they've won 3 out of 4 there and lead the season series 6-2. But then again, they led Sacramento 8-4 coming into this series. There's a strike call to change up in the outside corner at the belt. Buchek with his 2nd strikeout. Number 6 for Bees pitching in the ball game. 1 down. That'll bring up Nate Espy, who's 3 for 3 with 4 runs batted in on a single, 2 on a double, the other on a home run, so he's a triple shy of the cycle. First pitch to Espy. Line drive and a leaping catch by Casey Smith for the out, 2 down. Timed his jump perfectly to take the hit away from Espy, and that'll bring up John Baker, who hit a solo homer his last time up. Michael Mitchell up in the Sacramento bullpen. He may be called upon to finish it off. In the 9th inning, with Tadano having gone 2 innings. Strike on the outside corner at the knees, 0-1. The Bees needing only 1 win coming into the series to win the season series over Sacramento for the first time since 2002. But River Cats have roared back and are going to wind up with a split. One strike the count on Baker. The pitch from Buchek. Popped up foul, coming back and out of play, and the count's 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. 0-2 the count to the left-handed batter. The pitch. Fastball high. 1-2 the count on Baker. Again, 8:05 tomorrow, the start time. With Steven Shell going for the Bees. The pitch. Fastball on the outside corner. Strike 3 called. Held high, and that retires the side. 1 run, 1 hit. Nobody left on base. We go to the 9th inning. Sacramento 14, the Bees 2 on ESPN 1230.
Hey, USC TV customers, Comcast has a great deal for you. Subscribe to all 3 Comcast services and pay only $99 a month for the next 12 months. Get Comcast digital cable, high-speed internet, and digital voice all on one bill. Get more channels, faster downloads, and unlimited calling. Don't wait. Call 1-800-COMCAST today. Offer applies to new customers only. Some restrictions apply.
For more than 25 years, there's been a guy you've trusted, a guy you've known, Larry H. Miller. Since 1979, when Larry H. Miller opened his first automotive dealership, he's had one primary goal in mind: to make our communities grow stronger and better by offering the very best in quality, service, selection, and price. And since that day, nearly 3 decades ago, you've been there to help the Larry H. Miller dealerships become one of the largest and most respected dealership groups in the entire country. And for that, we say thank you. Today, you can choose to shop at more than a dozen of our automotive dealerships along the Wasatch Front, almost all of which feature dealership service centers on site. We also have 3 state-of-the-art collision repair facilities to serve you. We know that we could not continue to grow our business without yours. So when it comes to your next car,
here we come.
You know who cares about values, honor, integrity, and trust. Larry H. Miller. After all, you know this guy.
And go.
Right-hander Michael Mitchell comes on now for Sacramento to finish things off on the night. His 4th appearance is coming up from Single-A Stockton. All 4 have come against Salt Lake. No decisions. A 2.25 earned run average. He's given up 3 hits and 1 earned run in 4 innings against the Bees. He has struck out 2 and has not walked a batter. Kazuhito Tadano went 2 innings, gave up 1 hit, no runs, struck out 3, and did not walk a batter. So it'll be the top of the order. Reggie Willits, Casey Smith, and Jeff Mathis due up to face right-hander Michael Mitchell here in the 9th inning. Willits so far tonight, 1 for 3, drove in a run with a base hit. His last time up. So here's Reggie to try to start something off. First pitch on the way. Outside, ball 1. 1-0 the count. Now the pitch. Swinging a foul back. River Cats with Thomas, Bocachica, and Perry in left, center, and right. McLean, Rouse, Beatty, and Johnson the infield, 3rd to 1st. Battery of Mitchell pitching, Baker catching as the pitch misses low for a ball. 2-1 the count. Now Mitchell ready, the pitch from the right-hander. Low for a ball. We mentioned Mitchell coming up from Single-A Stockton a couple of weeks ago. 32 appearances there, 1-1 with a 2.93 ERA and 17 saves, 3rd in the Cal League. Full count on Willett, 3 balls, 2 strikes. Now Mitchell's payoff pitch. Low, ball 4, and so Willits is aboard with his 2nd walk of the game. Reggie 2nd in the PCL with his 64th free pass of the year. So now here's Casey Smith, who's 1 for 3. Drove in a run when he was hit by a pitch with the bases loaded in the second inning. The pitch, swing and a pop-up foul. First base side out of play, and the count's 0-1. Potter at first base. Nobody out. The pitch. Casey Smith, a little looper foul. Wide of the bag at third, and the count's 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. Michael Mitchell, 6'2", 185, in his third year out of St. Charles, Missouri Community College. So Casey Smith at the plate waiting. Many of the original folks when the game started are still here on this Sunday night. There's a pitch outside a ball, 1-2 the count. So the Bees hoping to start fresh tomorrow against Fresno. Looks like Curtis Pride has picked up a bat. He'll hit for Buchek. Swing and a miss at a breaking ball. He struck him out. That's the 10th strikeout for Sacramento pitching in this ball game. And there's 1 out here in the 9th inning. Brings up Jeff Mathis, who's 1 for 4. Reached on an error his last time out. Now the pitch. Popped up foul coming back our way and out of play. Hitting right above the press box to our left. And the count's 0-1. So no balls, 1 strike the count. The pitch inside, and that one hits Mathis. That is the 3rd Salt Lake hitter to be hit in this game. For Mathis, the 2nd time that he has been hit this season. So now runners at first and second base, 1 out, and here's Curtis Pride batting for Chris Buchek. So Curtis Pride getting a chance to bat here in the ball game. Pride comes in batting .330, 17 doubles, 6 homers, 34 runs batted in. As the Bees trail by, oh wow, something just short-circuited the scoreboard out in center field. The pitch. Pride takes into the dirt. That one skips by the catcher Baker, and the runners move up to second and third on the wild pitch. The only person who could read the scoreboard now is an expert in ancient Egyptian hieroglyphics. So runners at second and third now. As the catcher John Baker became separated from some of his gear trying to stop that ball, so he has to reattach his chest protector. He also looks like he's making a little mask repair. Runners at second and third, 1 out. He's trailing 14-2 as they've fix the short circuit of the scoreboard. So now the catcher Baker has fixed his mask. And now we're ready to go. Mitchell ready. The 1-0 pitch to Pride. Low and inside a ball. The count's 2-0. 2 balls, no strikes. Runners at second and third. The pitch. Pride swings and he fouls it back. 2-1 the count on Curtis. Pride so far in this series, 1 hit in 6 at-bats. Two balls, 1 strike. Now the pitch. Curtis takes outside, ball 3. 3-1 the count, and a wide one here would load him up. Now the right-hander ready, the pitch. Line to the left center field, a base hit. That's going to score Willits. Mathis coming in behind him. Pride taking the turn, trying for 2. He slides in, and he is out at second base. Curtis Pride upset. He thought that he was in there, or at the very least got pushed off the bag. Not quite sure why he's going for 2 anyway, with team down by 10 runs. So 2 outs, nobody on base, and it's a 14-4 ball game. Brings up Mike Elward, who's 1 for 4. Now the pitch. Elward grounds one behind the bag at third. Diving is McLean from his knees. Throws to first to end the game. What a play by McLean at third. Diving to his right to get to that ball. And then from his knees, about 20 feet behind third base, throws a perfect strike to Johnson to end it. 2 runs, 1 hit. No errors, nobody left on base. The final score. The Sacramento River Cats 14, the Salt Lake Bees 4. We'll be back with the 10th inning show next on ESPN 1230.
The game is over, and the fans are headed home. Stay tuned. The 10th inning show is coming up next. You've been listening to Salt Lake Bees Baseball on your home for the Salt Lake Bees, ESPN 1230 AM.
It's spring sale time at Impact Guns, and we're having special sales every week. Stop by and help us celebrate the opening of our newest store in Boise, Idaho. We've got great deals on concealed carry items and home defense shotguns. Knives and optics are also on sale right now. Located at 47th South and 40th West in Salt Lake City. Impact Guns. Plenty of parking. Let us help you get a great deal on your next firearm. Or shop online today at ImpactGuns.com.
Let the race begin. Monday, July 24th, Salt Lake City will be the fastest city on earth. Mountain America Credit Union presents the KJL-TV Deseret Morning News Marathon 10K Run. Participants from all ages will come to test their skills. Events include the NAMI 5K Walk, the Energy Solutions Junior 10K, and the Health and Fitness Expo. Register now at DeseretNews.com/run. Sponsored by the Deseret Morning News, KJS-TV, Mountain America Credit Union, Energy Solutions, NAMI Utah, and Citadel Broadcasting.
It's coming. The new Salt Lake Valley Directory by PDC Phone Directories Company is coming soon, so be on the lookout for the stunning red diamond cover. It has more usable information than any other directory in Salt Lake City, especially the new audio information line. Now, they talk back. PDC Phone Directories Company. Great people, great books, great results. For advertising information, call 1-866-58-GO-PDC. That's 1-866-58-GO-PDC. Hey, USC TV customers, Comcast has a great deal for you. Subscribe to all 3 Comcast services and pay only $99 a month for the next 12 months. Get Comcast digital cable, high-speed internet, and digital voice all on one bill. Get more channels and unlimited calling. Don't wait. Call 1-800-COMCAST today. Offer applies to new customers only. Some restrictions apply.
Welcome to the 10th Inning Show, a complete recap of today's game, as well as a look at other games around the major leagues and the Pacific Coast League. Once again, let's go back to the ballpark with the voice of the Salt Lake Bees, Steve Clout.
All right, welcome back to Sacramento, where it was all River Cats tonight. The Bees took a 1-0 lead after an inning and a half, and the River Cats tied it in the bottom of the second inning, and then broke it open with 4 in the third, 6 in the fifth, and 2 in the sixth inning. The final totals for Sacramento: 14 runs, 16 hits, 1 error, and they left 6 runners on base. For the Bees, 4 runs on 8 hits, 1 error, and they left. The winning pitcher, Randy Kiesler, now 5-3. The losing pitcher, Casey Olenberger, now 4-2. Time of the game, 3 hours, 6 minutes. The paid attendance, 8,712. As the first 6 batters in the 5th inning all reached and all came in to score to break the game open. It was already a 5-1 game at that point. Dan Johnson, 3 for 5, 2 RBI. Nate Espy, 4 runs batted in with 3 hits. He was a triple shy of the cycle. And so the River Cats sweep the series. The second time the Bees have been swept this year, and that allows the River Cats to earn a split in the overall season series at 8 wins apiece. They're now 48-47 on the year. The Bees dropped to 54-40, but retain their 2-game lead over second place Tacoma in the Pacific North, as the Rainiers lost earlier today. Time now for our Mountains West Ranches defensive play of the game. We'll have to go with that final play of the night. Again, with a 10-run lead and, nothing really on the line. Scott McLean kept playing hard. He made a diving stop to his right on a slow roller by Mike Elward. About 15 to 20 feet behind the bag at third. McLean from his knees then threw a perfect strike to first to get Elward by a couple of steps. And so that is our Mountains West Ranches defensive play of the game. Between Moon Lake, Starvation, and Strawberry Reservoirs, Mountains West Ranches recreational properties offers great parcels of land at reasonable pricing. Mountains West Ranches, where the air is clean, the skies are blue, the water is clear, and the magnificent views are waiting for you. Call 1-877-894-5658 or check out www.nwranches.com. We'll be back to take a look at the out-of-town scoreboard next on ESPN 1230.
I am the port in the storm.
I am the line in the sand.
I am the rescuer in the dark.
I am the enforcer of the seas. I am the defender of the homeland.
In the United States Coast Guard and Coast Guard Reserve, you are the first line of defense against threats to our American way of life. To become one of us, call 1-877-NOW-USCG or visit GoCoastGuard.com.
We are the shield of freedom. We are the United States Coast Guard.
Sponsored by the U.S. Coast Guard in cooperation with the Utah Broadcasters Association and this station.
Need some green? Sell yellow. Are you looking for a great job? PDC Phone Directories Company is the solution with competitive pay and great benefits. Looking for stability? PDC has been the leader in independent publishing for over 35 years. Phone Directory Company offers more than just a job. They offer a challenging and rewarding career for highly motivated salespeople. So if you're an experienced salesperson who's looking for more than just a job, start a new career with Phone Directories Company. Ideal candidates will be goal-oriented, personable individuals with a proven sales success. Their professional manner, positive attitude, and ability to work independently will be enhanced by their training and sales support. Don't miss this opportunity to develop an incredibly high-earning sales career in this exciting industry. Need some green? Then sell yellow. For more information, call 1-866-58-GO-PDC. That's 1-866-58-GO-PDC. PDC Phone Directories Company. Great people, great books, great results.
This is Lisa Romney, Mayor Anderson's environmental advisor. Salt Lake City is launching a new program called E2 Citizens. An E2 citizen is a person working to protect the environmental and economic health of their community. The two E's mean E2. Find out more and register
Here we come.
at slcgreen.com.
A message sponsored by Mayor Rocky Anderson and the Salt Lake Radio Broadcasters Association.
And go.
All right, time now to check out the average scoreboard as we started the PCL. Iowa in 17 innings held on to defeat Albuquerque 5-4. The Iowa Cubs scored 2 runs in the top half of the 17th inning. But then Albuquerque scored a run in the bottom of the 17th, but the batter who singled could have put runners at second and third was thrown out trying to stretch his single into a double. And then Jason Stokes struck out to end the ball game. Another wild one. In 13 innings, New Orleans defeated Round Rock by a score of 10-9. Elsewhere, Omaha edged Oklahoma 5-4. It was Colorado Springs doubling up Fresno 8-4. Tucson a winner at Las Vegas 4-3 for the Sidewinders' 9th straight win. Portland edged Tacoma 4-3, allowing the Bees to retain a 2-game lead in the division. Nashville snapped a 3-all tie with a 3-run 8th to beat the Memphis Redbirds 6-3. In the American League, the Angels defeated Tampa Bay 7-5 for the Halos' 11th win in their last 12 games. The Yankees beat the White Sox 6-4 for a series sweep. Kansas City down Detroit 9-6 for their first win over the Tigers in 14 tries. In 11 innings at Toronto, the Blue Jays at Seattle 4-3. Texas was shut out by Baltimore 4-0. That's quite a feat to shut out that Texas lineup. Oakland a winner at Boston 8-1. Minnesota topped Cleveland 5-2 in the National League. Florida routs Houston 9-3. In Cincinnati, the Reds scored 5 in the 8th to beat Colorado 6-4. In 11 innings, Washington wins at Pittsburgh 8-4. St. Louis beat the Dodgers 11-3 to complete the series sweep there. Atlanta doubled up San Diego 10-5. The Braves have won 5 straight. Philadelphia scored 4 in the 8th to beat the Giants 6-2. Milwaukee doubled up Arizona 10-5, and the Mets scored 11 runs in the 6th, including a pair of grand slams by Cliff Floyd and Carlos Beltran. And the Mets beat the Cubs by a score of 13-7. And that's a look at your average scoreboard. Back with a couple of highlights from this one after this on ESPN 1230.
Don't miss the Park City Kimball Arts Festival. It's Saturday and Sunday, August 5th and 6th. Enjoy 220 artists, live music, food, and family fun. And don't forget the Kimball Art Auction and Gala on August 3rd and the Park City Gallery Stroll on August 4th. The Park City Kimball Arts Festival is presented by Ken Garb and sponsored in part by All Seasons Resort, Budweiser, News Agency Corp., Mills Publishing, PCTV, Travelocity, Nita Massage, Culinary Craft, and Wild Oats. Call the Kimball Art Center in Park City for more info.
On the golf course, you are in a world of your own. You have the drive of Tiger Woods, the masterful stroke of Jack Nicklaus, and the putting prowess of Byron Nelson. That is, if your life was a movie, but it's not. But hey, whatever your game, real or imagined, you can bring it to the most important golf tournament in Utah, the Huntsman Cancer Institute Ron Boone Golf Classic, August 14th and 15th, raising money that will stay here in Utah to help people throughout the region who live every day with all forms of cancer. The Ron Boone Golf Classic is a great way for corporations, businesses, and individuals to contribute to the outstanding work that Huntsman Cancer Institute and Hospital provides. So if you've got the time and the talent, or not,
I guess I'll take my mulligan.
Come to the Huntsman Cancer Institute Ron Boone Classic and be a winner in what matters most, helping people. For more information or to reserve your spot in a golf classic, call 801-584-5804. 801-584-5804.
Hey, USD TV customers, Comcast has a great deal for you. Subscribe to all 3 Comcast services and pay only $99 a month for the next 12 months. Get Comcast digital cable, high-speed internet, and digital voice all on one bill. Get more channels.
Here we come.
And unlimited calling. Don't wait. Call 1-800-COMCAST today. Offer applies to new customers only. Some restrictions apply.
And go.
Well, the good news for the Bees is they took a 1-0 lead in the second inning as Adam Pavkovich doubled, moved to third on a wild pitch, and then with 2 out, Jason Espedo walked Reggie Willits walked, and Casey Smith got hit by an 0-2 pitch to give the Bees a 1-0 lead, but they had left 2 men on in the first. They left the bases loaded in the second, and in the bottom of the second inning, Dan Johnson leading off, and the Bees' lead was erased 1 pitch into the inning. He swings and hits a high, deep drive to right. Espejo going back. It's up there, it's out there, and it's gone. Way over the bullpen and onto the berm in right field. His first home run back for Sacramento, and with 1 swing of the bat, the River Cats have tied it at 1-1. So 1-1 game. The Bees had 2 men on in the third inning, and again stranded both base runners. And then in the bottom of the third inning, with 1 out, Andrew Beatty walked. Mike Rouse then singled to right field. Hiram Boca Chica drew a base on balls, and that brought Dan Johnson to the plate. No balls, 2 strikes the count on Johnson. Open stance at the plate. Olenberger ready, the 0-2. Third ball looped off the end of the bat to left field, a base hit. Hit the score, Beatty. Everybody else moves up 90 feet on the RBI single by Dan Johnson, and it's 2-1 Sacramento. So 2-1 Sacramento, and then Scott McLean an RBI single, Jason Perry a run-scoring fielder's choice, and Nate Espy an RBI single. And by the time the inning was over, it was 5-1 in favor of the River Cats. Then they broke it wide open in the 5th inning. Dan Johnson singled. Scott McLean was hit by a pitch. Jason Perry singled to load the bases. That would be all for Casey Olenberger. Marcus Gwynn came on, gave up a 2-run double to Nate Espy. An error by Adam Pavkovich brought in a run. An RBI single by Charles Thomas brought in another run. A wild pitch scored a run, and then an RBI single by Mike Rouse would make it a 6-run inning. And it was 11-1 Sacramento at that point. They'd get back-to-back solo homers by Espy and Baker in the 6th. Another solo shot by McLean in the 8th. The Bees would get a 2-run single by Curtis Pride in the 9th, but that would do it as the Bees fall by a score of 14-4 in their worst loss of the season, margin of defeat-wise, at 10 runs. So the Bees fall to the River Cats. Now it's on to Fresno for a series. We'll preview that for you right after this final timeout on ESPN 1230.
If you're renting, you're putting money directly into someone else's pocket. America First Credit Union has a variety of mortgage options to help you invest in a new home and build a solid financial future for you and your family. You can tailor your loan to your situation and your budget with low monthly payments. Visit AmericaFirst.com or stop by any America First Credit Union branch today. At America First Credit Union, members come first. Member NCUA, Equal Housing and Opportunity Lender.
Attention motorcycle and ATV riders. Dreaming of a new Yamaha motorcycle or ATV? Stop dreaming and start heading to Plaza Cycle for the huge Yamaha Get Out and Ride sales event. Because right now, you can get payments as low as $39 a month for 24 months with 0 down on a huge selection of new Yamaha motorcycles, ATVs, side-by-sides, and scooters. You heard right, payments as low as $39 a month. Plus, 0 down for 2 full years on a new Yamaha. So get to Plaza Cycle today for the huge Get Out and Ride sales event. Because an offer this good won't last. Plaza Cycle, 1379 West, 3300 South, in the heart of Salt Lake Valley. Plaza Cycle, walk in, right out. On the Yamaha cars, subject to credit approval for 83106 on select new Yamaha motorcycles, including FJR models, ATVs, side-by-sides, and scooters. As low as $39 monthly payments, 24 months at 8.9% APR offer. Non-finance at $4,800 if the county gets current. Thereafter, the standard rate is 12.99% of the 2.8% APR price. Default rate is 24.99%. Minimum finance charge $1. See dealer for ATV age restrictions. Yamaha recommends on free credit scores. Call 1-800-872-87.
Whether you need a new refrigerator or you want to redecorate the family room, you'll find exactly what you need at R.C. Willey. Of course, you know that R.C. Willey has the area's largest selection of furniture, major appliances, flooring, and electronics. But you may not know that R.C. Willey also has everything you need to relax or entertain outdoors. Choose from a large variety of patio sets, lawn mowers, and barbecue grills. This season, R.C. Willey has everything you need for your home and patio.
Here we go.
One place, so many possibilities.
And go.
All right, once again, from Sacramento, the Bees get swept in a 4-game series by the River Cats. The final tonight, 14-4. Now it's on to Fresno for the start of a 4-game series against the Grizzlies tomorrow night. 8:05. First pitch will be on the air at 7:45 as the Bees try to turn things back around. It'll be right-hander Stephen Shell with a record of 3-4. And for the Grizzlies, it'll be right-hander and former Salt Lake Buzz pitcher Matt Kinney. His record is 5-5. So we hope you'll join us for that. Our thanks to Jeff back in our studios in Salt Lake, and our thanks to you for listening. Once again, in 3 hours, 6 minutes, and in front of 8,712, the final score. The Sacramento River Cats 14 and the Salt Lake Bees 4. I'm Steve Klauke saying good night and so long from the ballpark.
This has been the...
Thanks, Steve.
Make sure
travel safe.
Next time for Salt Lake Bees baseball on your home for the Salt Lake Bees. ESPN 1230 AM.